That's nice. I'm unmuted. What do you mean I'm unmuted, but you're not? What do you mean you sock cuck for a living? I mean that you do touch various children in various forms of appropriateness.
Various forms of appropriateness.
Yes.
Okay.
So there's there's very like innocent forms, but there's also those that you just kind of go, maybe I should report this.
But here's the thing: is you haven't.
Yes.
So you're just as guilty.
So, but the thing is, though, have you still muted yourself?
No, I'm unmuted.
It doesn't matter what you say. Oh, well then, I guess this little bit about me talking to myself was kind of done. All right, well.
I will
anyway,
load.
I was, normally I'd say something like, "Are you ready to fuck some birds?" But that's kind of not the point anymore, is it?
What's going on outside?
Are you ready to survive?
Hopefully. How humiliating! It would seem that things are worse than we ever expected. If only I had stopped him. But who stopped you? There was nothing we could do that we didn't. There was nothing we could do that we didn't, Kawara. The last thing you need to do now is start mourning what we've lost.
This teacher is handling this extremely well.
You don't intend to give up now, do you? No, I'm fine. We have to keep going. I think we should keep quiet about this to everyone in the gym. We can explain to them after we figured out what to do. Yeah, that's probably the best way to do it. Our one chance at escape turns out to be a one-way ticket across the sticks. There's nothing we can do but search for clues inside the school.
What a random thing to say in this situation.
Where shall we go next? Well, let's go back to the maintenance office. Mr. One might have that file open. Very well. Who killed Jesus? The girl we spent hours with, Ryan. Like
hours.
Probably like 12 hours.
Like, a significant time of our lives is devoted to trying to find this for love. With many birds. Many birds.
We returned to the maintenance office and explained what outside to Miss. We returned to the maintenance office and explained what outside to Mr. One. I see. Seems that our worst predictions have come to bear this evil fruit. Our worst predictions bear their evil fruit. Do you know something? We can predict things without knowing that they will happen. Confusing predictions with reality can be fatal, young one. I've been wondering for a while. Mr. One, are you really just a maintenance worker? An innocent student was shot. I suppose it's time I introduce myself properly. Ooh, does he get a face? Leon JB. I am Leon JB. Or Lewon.
Okay.
Leon JB. One of the greatest soaring wings of the Dove Party. S-Class Agent, pleased to meet you. The Dove Party? It looks like a cockatiel to me. Oh. Ryan.
What?
Remember that file we read from the main menu about how the Hawk Party knew that there's a Dove agent in the school? It only refers to one Dove agent. So do you think they're talking about Yuya, or do you think they're talking about one over here?
Well, okay, so was Yuya a formal Dove agent?
Yuya is a formal Dove agent.
Well, I guess I kind of answers the question. Because he's saying he's one of the highest ranked Dove members.
Who? Oh, Lee.
So either the Hawk Party has been, essentially duped. Or it's kind of fun.
Well, no, we're saying like there's two Dove Party agents in the school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the only Hawk Party is one.
So which one do you think they know about?
Because teacher literally doesn't need to.
Oh, he looks like a cockatiel to me.
Yeah.
I've heard of this Dove Party, the secret organization that advocates living in harmony with humans, correct?
What?
You are well informed, young one. It's a noble's duty to be well informed. I feel like I must have missed something. There are two schools of thought driving the politics of today. The Dove Party, who believe we should live peacefully with humans, and the Hawk Party, who believe we should exterminate them. Exterminate? But I thought the wars with humans were over. Do you really believe that everyone just decided to live happily together? Sadly, that's not how the world works. There are still many disagreements between birds and humans, and so the hawks and the doves have come to the fore. We discovered hawk activity at this school, and so I was dispatched to investigate. Oh man, my nose. And what we feared would happen has happened. Oh, wait a minute. Are you saying the Hawk Party has something to do with St. Pigeon Nations? It seems hard to believe. This school is known for its tolerant policies towards humans. It even welcomed Jesus as a representative. I cannot confirm or deny it, but there are a growing number of Hawk operatives attached to the school. The headmaster's secret file probably answers some of your questions. Oh, you got it open. Thank you. Let's just speed things up a little. Let's look inside. I hate when the music stops and you think something bad's going to happen. The human representative.
Yeah, me too.
To help humans and birds advance hand and feather towards the bright and happy future, we decided to enroll one human in the school starting in the year 2187. Hang on, I will be right back.
Alright. Okay. Well, as Andrew fucks off peacefully tonight, let's digest this. Just like how we and the doctor digested you yet. So, the party. No. The fucking pansies in this situation right here. Just like, let's give peace a chance. And the hot party's just like, no. Full scale extinction. And they're just like, we should kill all the humans.
Okay.
Of course, I'm assuming the human. Oh, sorry. We're good?
Yeah, we're good. You want to finish your thought?
Wait.
No, okay.
I'm good. Let's do this.
Okay.
Alright.
To help you... Oh, yeah, we're gonna say that. So, let's see. They will be the human representative. The pandemic has long since ended, but we must nonetheless be cautious of the risk of infection with Sumatera influenza when making our selection. We will pick a strong, healthy 15-year-old human who displays hereditary resistance to Sumatera influenza. The human representative. This is how about Jesus, no matter how we look at it. 2187. That's when we enrolled here. Come on, let's read the rest. The chosen individual will be a symbol of human concession, to wit, a hostage for birds. If the representative is to die in the school, the entire campus will be sealed off, and all the birds inside will be given to the humans as prisoners. The seal will be lifted 12 hours after the death is confirmed, and the birds will be delivered to the humans. The school will be declared an extraterritorial zone, and avian protests of any human reprisal will not be tolerated. If Hamburger is to die, so her death was connected to the dome after all, and the important part is the final gruesome exchange. Basically, if anything happens to the Hamburger, a representative of humanity, then the entire school takes the blame. So it would seem. They trap us in here to give to the humans time to arm themselves. The dome will open in a few hours, but what awaits us outside is a horde of bloodthirsty monkeys. How humorous. But it's not humorous at all. So, this was the true face of her enrollment here. I rather think that this whole thing was arranged to widen the divide between humans and birds from the start. Indeed, things here go deeper than we ever realized. As you know, the school's public stance is very liberal on the human cohabitation issue. In fact, the school's principal financer, the Ichijo Group, has been heavily involved in human charities for the past 20 years. I've investigated the history of St. Pigeon Nations extensively, and I can confirm that it was founded with the ideal of coexistence with humans. But the Hawk Party has been sending agents here for a long time, eating away at the system, like a dreadful virus. We have had information about this document for some time. It is real. It's kind of hard to take all this at once, just to make sure. For 12 hours, the dome will remain closed. During that time, humans will gather to take revenge. And then, when the dome opens, they will kill every bird in sight. And with that, another era of war between birds and humans will begin. That student who got shot when he flew out of the hatch. There are already humans waiting out there with guns. She was discovered this morning and the dome raised soon after. So the time is not from when she died, but from when her death is confirmed. The evacuation was about 2 hours ago? Yeah, it was right at the start of the second period, around 10 o'clock. And so we have until 10 p.m. before we're all killed. You seem awfully calm, Sakia, even after watching somebody get shot. Remain calm, Kawara. Do nothing but worry about what's gone wrong and you'll be next. I do not know who did this, but they will rue the day they decide to tangle with a labelle. What time is it, Mr. Leone? Leone? Just past 2. We have only 8 hours then. 8 hours. We have to find an escape route in 8 hours or we'll be killed. But if we go outside, we'll be killed anyway. Just getting outside is enough. There has to be another way. My dictionary does not contain the word impossible. We shall continue the investigation. You're very decisive, Sakuya.
That's true.
Yeah. I'm glad you're here. Do not attempt to flatter me, Kawara. I'm not. I meant it.
So, this shit is kind of more crazy.
Yeah. We found the
What
connection.
A weird measure to put in place.
Yeah, we found the connection between Hamburger's death and the dome. There's clearly some sort of intrigue behind it all. I don't want to die without knowing the truth. We better get going. We better go now. We have to solve this before we run out of time. You are a promising lad. If I were to give you a piece of advice, well, don't miss the forest for the trees. Don't miss the forest for the trees. Sakuya, there's one more file. Operation Hatoful? What is that? I don't know. That's what it says on here. The bottom half is torn off. We can't read it at any rate. I don't feel like it has anything hopeful. Anyway. That's an awfully friendly name for a confidential document, though. Stupid Japanese.
Yeah, that was our mission, huh?
Yep. Stupid Japanese. Look, it's spelled hurtful. Whoa, it is. I thought Hatoful just meant heartful. I suspect we will find many things to come quite hurtful. So it's not Hatoful boyfriend, it's hurtful boyfriend.
Oh, no.
Let's see. Right.
That would imply something a little bit more than what this game was already. But, yeah, okay.
It was probably something important given that it was in a locked file. Indeed. I hadn't heard this hurtful thing before, but you might want to look at into the school's history. In the school's history, at any rate, the headmaster must have known what would happen after Jesus died. The escape hatch was no doubt put in place to allow him alone to escape. Which means that maybe he had guarantee of safety for himself? I don't want to suspect an elder, but it does look that way. Everything going on here is connected. We may well find something of use in the records. Right, let's go look at the school documents then. I'm not the only Dove agent in this school. I'm sure the other will help you as well. Good luck, gentlemen.
Okay.
Time to go look for more clues. Maybe we should write in the notes first. Mr. Leone said to investigate the school's history, but how? Where do we look? The headmaster's office or the library, perhaps. We already looked through the headmaster's office. Did you see anything like school records or anything? Oh, alright, that was weird. I would have thought they would be there, but I don't recall seeing any. The library it is then. And the mystery we have left to solve is the bloodstained stranger Oko saw going into the infirmary yesterday. Exactly. What with the headmaster dying, an army of gun-toting bipeds showing up to turn us all into jerk chicken and end it all. I almost forgot about it. And the scarecrow, we still don't know where he came from. He appeared along with the dome, and no doubt is connected to it. If we continue to investigate, I'm sure his origins will become clear. And Jesus' gruesome end is the best clue we have. For now, we should forget the puppet and chase after the bloodstained bird. Right. Do you think the scarecrow killed her? That's that decided. Then.
I mean, I guess that's a fair assessment. Like, it does need to hack at them. But it doesn't need to strangle them with poison. So I can only say no.
We'll go to the library to read up on the school's history, and we'll look for that bird. It probably doesn't matter, but what should we do first? Let's go to the library. Or look for the bird. Let's go to the library. We got one mystery at a time. No, I think the bird's referencing the killer. The library. I wonder if Nageki's at the gym yet. Nageki? Who? I met him in the library earlier. He stayed behind. An unusually dense individual, to be sure. Library is a little ways off from there. We spent some time jogging through the hallways. It doesn't seem that the Scarecrow can get into rooms, which is interesting. I've been trying to ignore it, but the dim light makes the library even creepier than the rest of the school. And getting hung up over little things in time like this is a sign of weak nerves. Really? Well then, where are the school documents? Probably not where just any birdie can look at them. They're probably somewhere in the back then. How dull. Come, let us search. Right. Books, and none of them what we're looking for. I was hoping it would be in this corner, but apparently not. And here a line of incredibly dustly encyclopedia. That's odd. There are 9 of them. Volume 6 is missing. Huh, that's weird. Did somebody misfile them? Anyway, St. Pigeon Nation's history is not history. It's not back here with the large volume, so maybe it's a smaller book? It's not here. You never left? Is that a problem? Well, not really, but I told you earlier there's an emergency going on. I can't tell if he doesn't realize what's going on or just doesn't care. The records. Huh? Keep looking there and you'll never find them. So, you know where they are? Yep. Well, since he's here even now, I imagine he basically lives here, so it's hardly surprising that he knows where to find things. I don't have much time. Could you tell me where to find them? By request. Request? You don't know what that is? He gazes at me with eyes like black holes of cosmic disdain. You can only get them by request. They're not kept out here. Then where are they kept? Behind the reception desk in the back. It's not locked, so go ahead. There are a number of bookshelves behind the desk, it's true. Thank you, Nageki, really. Don't worry about it. You've been mumbling to yourself ever since we split up. Please try to remain in charge of your faculties, Kawara. Oh, sorry, I was talking to him. Talking to the bookshelves? Surely there are better uses for your energy. No, Nageki was telling me where to find the... There's no one else here. There's no one else here. Cease this bizarre monodrama. What is he talking about? Nageki's standing right next to me. It's not like he's behind a shelf or something. I was worried he was a figment of my imagination for a minute, but he just told me where to find the records. But Sakuya, let's find out. Can I ask you something, Nageki? Yes? Are you a hallucination? If I was, that would mean you're asking a hallucination whether or not he's a hallucination. Yeah, that's right. It does seem a little weird. Does it matter? Maybe I am, or maybe I'm not. That doesn't answer anything. This usually doesn't happen. I've never been able to talk to a bird I've just met before. I think I'll remember everything soon. What about you? Have you found the thing you forgot yet? Nageki, do you know something about that? Huh? He's disappeared. The thing I forgot. That's exactly what the doctor said too. Why didn't Nageki know about that? It wasn't just a coincidence, was it? Am I forgetting something important about all this? I don't think I can dismiss him as just as hallucination. What are we forgetting? Request only books. This shelf? Looks like I see a lot of the same books as were here in the headmaster's office. Chronology of St. Pigeonations. This, let's see. 2180, founding of the school same year. Ichijo Kitsugu inaugurated as headmaster. 2180, much more recent than I had thought. Only 8 years, I didn't know neither. Aside from that, it's all transfer student records and sports scores. Is there really a clue in here? Wait, Sakuya, look at this. 2183, medical center shut down due to fire. Medical center. Does this school have something like that? I don't think so. There was no mention of it in the student guide. I suppose it was never reopened. Does it say anything else? Right here. Damage from the fire. It's torn off. The book presents with the new mystery as to taunt our inability to hold all those we already have. A new sort of mystery. 2183, medical center shut down due to fire. Freshman Fujishiro Nageki died in the basement where the fire started. Oh.
That's different.
Right, yeah. Let's see. You're cutting out. You're still cutting out. Didn't I just hear that name? The exact same, but that's... Nageki died 5 years ago? Then what is Nageki... What is the Nageki I keep meeting today? He didn't deny that he was a hallucination. Sakuya couldn't see him, which means he's a ghost. Don't say such dreadful things. It's unscientific. Something in French. We're betting our lives on this search, you know. We don't have any occult rubbish brought into it. But I think he knew something. If he is the same bird, then he could be the key to solving this mystery. So, you intend to rely on some invisible ghost. There are limits, Kawara. Spent some time looking for him in the library, but couldn't find him. He's always found me, rather than the other way around. I also have to wait for him to show up again. The blood-stained bird. Do you have an idea? I feel like I should. It's not something I encounter normally, but for some reason... Don't I know some birdie like that? Angel? Vague, as always. We do have a time limit here. We must not fall behind. Because Jesus thought he was bleeding at first.
Yeah. That'd be a fortune if that's his only lead.
See, I know. If I remember what it is, I'll say it right away. Maybe Yuya was still in there? Let's go ask him again. He did say he was there until he returned home. If anyone went in, he should have seen them. However, he said he saw nothing out of the ordinary. If what said is true, then he was lying. Which would mean that the doctor was lying too. Very well. Yuya. Salutations, how goes the investigation? Well, just who do you think I am? Yeah, unlike me, you're a very capable bird. Yuya, we wanted to ask you something. Oh? I'll answer anything that doesn't violate my privacy, so ask away. Did you really not see anything yesterday after school? I'm not sure what you mean. I thought the doctor and I already verified each other's innocence. We were in the infirmary the entire time. We talked to San earlier. He said that he saw a bloodstained stranger going to the infirmary yesterday. Did you see anything like that? Nope, sorry. Could you be the bloodstained bird yourself? Yikes, no, as you can see me, I'm not hurt anywhere at all. Besides, he said he saw the bird going to the infirmary, not going to the infirmary, not going into the infirmary, right? Yeah, he did. Anyway, I didn't see anything. Technicality. We know what he meant. Anyway, I didn't see anything. There's not much more I can say. Right, Doctor? Yes, that's right. No one came yesterday. I don't think we'll find anything more here, Sakuya. Let's move on. Indeed. Did those two really not see anything yesterday? If there had actually been some bloodstained stranger, then that would mean that you and the doctor are hiding something. Unless they're talking about Angel. In which case they might be confused. This might be a simple misunderstanding. Well, and then they said no one entered, so I don't know. Wonder what Angel's up to.
Yeah, I was actually surprised we haven't seen him yet.
See, where do we... the medical center seems like a good place to go now. Indeed. Where is it? That's the problem. I never heard of it before either. Sounds rather large. I wouldn't expect it to be that hard to find. The record book says the fire broke out in the basement. And if the building was burnt to the ground, it would have said so. It should still be there then. Still be here then. Assuming it wasn't demolished. Are there any unused buildings on the campus? Unused buildings? Oh yeah, that old hall. Old hall? That's what we call it. It's by the back gate, and it's not used for... What's wrong? This school hasn't even been around for 10 years. What reason does it have for being an old hall? Now that you mention it, that is kind of strange. Come, guide me there. That's where Jesus saw the doctor, that one, I think. This is it.
Really?
Yeah, whenever I think it was when we were trying to date the doctor, when he goes into, like, the incinerator room. Let's see. It doesn't really look like a medical center. It's pretty much the same as the main building. Yeah, it looks like the door's locked. Then we shall break it down. You're starting to sound like a delinquent, Sakuya. What did I say? Don't worry about it. We'd probably be suspended for breaking in here, but this is an emergency. We don't have a choice.
What did you see how two birds broke down for?
Cough, cough. It's awfully dusty in here. It has been left unused for 5 years. It appears that they didn't leave much behind. Everything's empty. I wonder if they cleared everything out when they sealed the building? This all looks pretty much the same as the main building. Bah, did we come here for nothing? Let's look around a little more. Look, this door still has a sign on it. I guess it was the reference room. I do not relish the prospect of wandering about this mausoleum of schoolrooms, but very well. It's even dustier in here. And the shelves are marked with dates. Perhaps they once held medical records. There's nothing left now, though. End. Operation Hatoful. Huh? Among the rows of dates, sure enough, there's a shelf labeled Operation Hatoful. Empty as well. I would have been asking too much to hope to find anything anyway. Operation Hatoful. I wonder what it is. Who knows? Something put in place along with the human representative business, so no doubt it was nothing good. Is Operation Hatoful connected to this medical center? What if it's the source of the mystery we're tangled in now? My head hurts. The only things left are, archaic medical journals. Huh? It's the encyclopedia. An odd place to keep one. Wait, look at the volume numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. One of them's not a 6. What? Does this unpleasant arrangement hold some meaning? Something like this in the library, too. A bunch of old encyclopedias. Yeah. Can I look at these for a bit? And do as you please. The ones in the library had the same binding. And in place of Volume 9, there's an extra copy of Volume 6. Look, this copy of Volume 6 has a library sticker on it. Perhaps it came from the library, then. Someone must have brought it in here when the medical center was still open. They probably switched it with Volume 9. An unpleasant piece of mischief, to be sure. Yeah. The other volumes all seem as they should. There probably isn't anything in the extra copy of Volume 9, but maybe we should go see if it came from here. When we go back to the main building, let's go check the library. Provided it isn't a mere waste of time.
Why am I taking this plot so damn seriously? I ain't invested. I'm just watching them all. I feel like I'm watching an actual mystery.
Let's see. We leave the reference from continue our investigation of the medical center. We've searched the entire first floor and have yet to find what we're after. The stairs into the basement? Apparently the fire closed this building 5 years ago, starting the basement. But we haven't found it yet. The elevator doesn't have a button for it either. How do we get in? And perhaps we can't anymore. Huh? Look at that wall. The wall? Looks like a normal concrete wall to me. And don't you see it? Stupid peasant. Well, what about it? Think back to the building's exterior on the second floor. There shouldn't be a wall here. It's small, but there's a space behind there. It must have been sealed off after the fire. And now that he mentions it, this wall is slightly different color than the rest, which would make sense if it had been put in later. So the stairs are beyond here. It seems likely. Isn't this a bit much for cleanup of some fire? We probably won't be able to break this down. If we can't get in there, I doubt we'll find anything more of use in here. At least we found that thing from the headmaster's documents again. Yeah, let's head back. It's the scarecrow. Did you hear something? Yes. Someone else just broke in here. This could be bad. We're in a dead end with concrete all around. We need to get somewhere with a window fast. Run! Yes. Stop. It's here. Wait, calm down. Calm down, Kawara. It's small. Angel! So it is. Too small to be the scarecrow. Huh? Aren't you from Tutu? What did we use for Angel's voice? Ryan? Ryan?
Sorry, I was just turbulent, so I was waiting for it to catch up.
You're okay. You're breaking up again. But we have Angel back. What voice did we use for Angel?
Yeah.
Huh?
I don't
Remember? See. I am the Crimson Fallen Angel. Angel. I knew it. The manga club boy from class next door. He's famous around the school for being a nutcase, but what is he doing in here? I think I'm going to have a headache. Textors Melodia Funeris. Who? Me? Good for you, Kawara. He came all this way to give you a title. It's not good at all. Nothing but trouble will come of it. I don't know why you came here, Angel, but it's dangerous. We're supposed to be in the gym with everybody else, so come on, let's go back. I am not allowed to rest. Not until I have fulfilled my duty. In accordance with the pact of old, I must seal you here now, Textoris Melodia Funeris, Undertaker. Undertaker? That's it then, So the time has come at last. I will not be stopped now, Crimson Angel of Judeca. Come. Huh? Angel, Crimson Fallen Angel appeared. Angel uses Dark Void Shockwave. Ryuta takes 24 damage. Ryuta's turn.
I can't believe this is happening right now.
Alright,
You.
Deathbringer?
So this is Ryuta's stats?
I guess. Let's try Deathbringer. Ryuta uses Deathbringer.
Ooh,
Angel takes 60 damage, okay. Cease this jack-acting, you wretched imbeciles. Sakuya attacks. Ryuta takes 260 damage. Ryuta returns to his senses. Angel takes 295 damage. Angel is shaken. So is Ryuta. Huh? I am shocked, Kawara, to think that even you would go along with that farce. Oh, what? He disrupted my territory. I got carried away by Angel before I even noticed. Influencing the very reality of his surroundings is a frightful power indeed. You, Luzon. What did you do here? After what you just did, I think you may be our prime suspect. I came here to do but one thing. I must follow the demon spores. Is this some weird, like... some weird, like, mixing of all the different endings?
Well, I mean, I guess it would make sense that just the stuff that we, as Hamburger, didn't personally affect would essentially remain the same. I mean, like, how helpful were we for, fighting the Doctor and the Demon?
Yeah. A whole new variety of what the heck are you talking about? Perhaps you could explain in normal Japanese. Your dialect is somewhat opaque. I don't think it's just his dialect, Sakuya. The end is calling me. That is all. That is the cross I must bear. He stares off into space as if gazing at something far away. Maybe that basically means he's a thrill seeker? So, you are a moth allured by a candle's light, Luzon? No, I am stained in crimson, clad in night, unforgiven. My eternal blood seal calls me to purgatory. Ah, more crazy talk. It's not exactly a blood seal. That blood-stained chest is just the way Bleeding Heart's plumage looks. Oh. What is it, Kawara? Blood-stained chest. Sakuya, do you think maybe the blood-stained stranger Sansa was... Angel, what were you yesterday after school? What were you doing? Battling minor demons of Baal and following the demon spores. Could you rephrase that? Rufa, the Tree of Blight, called out to me. He's asking you to say it using words we understand. Hello, Magician of White. You're angry now. It is the power of the demon spores. I think it's the power of you, Angel. Bah, I must compromise. I was in the place that...
The fuck?
Okay. Waiting for Ryan. Well, I'm gonna mute myself one more time.
Just my dumb deaf dog. Do you hear me? Hello? Is Discord working?
Okay, yeah, I just muted myself. Okay, ready?
Yeah, sorry about that. That was unexpected. Anyway,
okay.
Yeah.
But I must compromise. I was in the place the ignorant may refer to as the infirmary. I knew it. I think we need to talk to you. Come. And so we left the medical center, Sakuya dragging Angel behind him. Cool.
Well, you have to ask.
Yeah. That's that then. We need to know what you did. We need to know what you did yesterday. Did you go into the infirmary? If I could, I would have. But the only chosen one can stop the demon spores. In other words, he didn't. Useless. The gate was sealed with the power of darkness. However, Edelblau did venture within. Edelblau? Who's that? Explain in terms known to sane individuals, please. The Apostle of the Blue Sky, Edelblau. She also goes by Cheese's Hamburger. Hamburger went into... what?
Wait, so Angel already knew like who we were to him?
Well, he's always known. It's just that we never spoke to him. Okay, so what happened? I heard Hamburger was in the infirmary yesterday after school. But the doctor and you said that no one came and nothing happened. They're lying. That's right, we did go to the infirmary.
Oh. God damn it, I just don't remember anything that happened anymore because all the time I was just blending together in my brain.
I know, did we... go...
Like, we did all things and then we didn't do all things.
Did it... Whenever we started this one, did we actually go into the infirmary, or did it cut before we entered the infirmary? What was that? Come on!
Oh, wait, I missed it. Did we get another little flash box?
Yeah, we got another text box, but I hit the space bar and it just immediately disappeared.
Man, I hope those aren't pivotal.
I know, me too.
Hope they're not saying things like, he did it.
Yeah. So you were different from those peasants, Sakuya. You were chosen from the day you were born. You must remain conscious of this. Yes, Father. We are the chosen ones. It is our duty to guide the foolish common folk. Yes, Father. Look at them crawling in the mud. There is no value in their lives. Were it not for our compassion, they would die as miserably as they live. Yes, Father. The very blood is tainted. Their world is not yours. You must never speak with them again. Do you understand? Yes, Father. To Japan. Yes. You will be staying there for some time. Arrangements have already been made for your education. Remember, you must... such as to bring honor to our family, Sakuya. Yes, Father. Also, Dr. Yomine is in residence at the institution you will be attending. He is a prestigious doctor. It would not be exaggerating to say that our current glory is thanks in part to him. Do not disrespect him. Yes, Father. Army just kind of wants to start over fast forward through everything and see what these text boxes say. I can see if we can do this.
And who are you planning?
I'm seeing if we can find what those text boxes are.
Alright, well, I'll tell you, I thought we were going to get this up, but now I'm just more confused than ever. Because now our bloodstained corporate was just Angel.
Yeah.
And he's doing his own thing. Everyone's starting to learn about why Hamburger is there, but it's not really that anything. Yeah, it's like because and we're about to be called by human experiments.
Yeah. Alright, Angel saw Hamburger going to the infirmary yesterday, and then the door was locked. The doctor and Nia must have seen her. What happened in there? They must both be lying. Yu has been helping us all this time, and I don't want to suspect him, but he's clearly been hiding the truth. Could Yu be coming for the doctor? We don't know that for sure. The mongrel could be lying to cast doubt on Dr. Iwamine. It's not impossible, but from what we've seen so far, the most likely conclusion is that they're working together. Sakuya, you're the one who said we need to remove our biases. We need to solve this. I am aware. I want to confront them now, but with only Angel's testimony, our evidence is a little weak. They'll probably slip out of it again if we go now. They're both much more eloquent than I am, and they'll try to dodge the issue, which means we need to search the infirmary. Do you intend to go without asking? Yeah. The more stealthy we do it, the better, right? If the doctor finds out, he'll come up with some way of stopping us, for sure. Understood. I will go to the lab and keep them occupied while you search the infirmary. Thank you, Sakuya. A moment, gentlemen. Mr. Leone, I have something for you. Sorry for being late. I was somewhat delayed. Oh, what are these? The first is a massive key. It should open just about any one of the locks in the school, and is as bright as massive as its owner. The other is a stun gun. If you need to protect yourself, use it. You will have more use for those than I, Kawara. Hold on to them. Right, thank you, Mr. Leone. Maybe I should write in the notes before I go to the infirmary. Huh?
The asshole calling us weak and oh, you need the stun gun.
The hour of judgment has come. You cannot use the Dark Tree's power here. Return to the void, Wallenstein. Well, he seems excited. I wonder what the doctor is doing. Being slandered by Mr. Higure, as you can see. Please stop breaking school property, Mr. Higure. I have returned from Judica to defeat you. As long as you live, calamitous sorcerer, the world will be wrapped in eternal despair. When he says things with such conviction, I almost find myself believing them. Please, that isn't funny. Yes, come on, Higure. Let's go back to the gym, okay? No, stop. Do not throw me out like some wretched doll. I suspect he has suffered from megalomania since birth. Or megalomania? Whatever do you mean? Delusions of grandeur. Eschewing societal standards, he lives his life in the midst of some bizarre fantasy. Perhaps it is genetic. There would be no helping it then, would there? He is unusually active in the destruction of his surroundings.
Imagine if he really is just crazy. That was it.
Especially given his physique. Internal prejudice is a terrible thing, I suppose. He is no doubt exerting to the limits of his capacity at all times. The most dangerous part is his ability to bring his surroundings into his fantasy, though I seem to be less affected than you. And since, although I invited him to the school, I've yet to find a use for him, the whole thing has been nothing but a waste of time. Did you say something now, just now, Doctor? Nothing. Nothing at all. Excuse me.
Okay, I had something.
Oh, hello, Shirogane. What's going on? Where did Kawara go? He's investigating another area at the moment. Only Dr. Iwamine and Nikki here now. Isn't Sakazaki here? I think he's walking around to calm his nerves again. He's very brave to be out and about with that scarecrow on the loose. Not brave, just imprudent. Stupid mongrel. Stop pretending to be migratory and go back and get back here so I can distract you. I want to occupy both of them if possible, but at least they don't realize that we suspect them yet. Just the doctor should be enough. Dr. Iwamine, I came to ask for your opinion of something.
Okay, wait, so we're Sakuya now?
Yeah, now we're Sakuya.
Okay, cool.
My opinion? I fear I will not be much use to you there. My body has never required me to visit the infirmary. I have not had much occasion to talk to the doctor since moving here, but I can read his expression perfectly well all the same. It says, I'm not telling you anything. Where is Mr. Kawara? Did you have a falling out? He did seem to be suspecting me based on nothing but his own prejudice. A pity. I agree, sir. To doubt someone based merely on one's own preconceptions is belverness, sir. It is nonsense. That's right. I must be perfectly logical in all things. You are renowned as one of the most intelligent birds in the world, Doctor. I do not think you could be involved in such a grisly crime as this. It is an honor to be so praised by the heir to the LaBelle family. Completely flat. Does he never speak with emotion? I hold a deep respect for you, Doctor. You might not be aware, but my father owes his life to your medicine. A few years ago, your work allowed the LaBelle family to continue on to even greater glory. Is that so? I had not known. I'm afraid that I know little of the fates of the drugs that I develop. The life of but one bird may not be significant to you, but we of the LaBelle family will never forget. The doctor was like there personally. You're cutting out. Ho ho ho, how wonderful. I take it your father is a figure of great respect? Of course. The family head must always be honored. And it would seem that you hold your own biases even more dearly than Mr. Kawara holds his, almost like the foundation of your very existence. I would rather see that expression on your face. Wait, hang on. I'd rather like to see the expression on your face when that foundation collapses. Ho ho ho. Oh.
Oh.
Locked. Has it been locked ever since the alarm this morning? The doctor went straight into the lab to begin the autopsy. I think he's been with somebody else ever since. Let's see, maybe that massive thing Mr. Leone gave me will do the trick. Yes. This room has always been a little creepy, but it's even worse in this dim light. I need to look for evidence that Hamburger was in here quickly. But where do I start? The longer I spend poking around in corners, the bigger the risk that I'll get caught. I remember I've been here a lot every time I got sick. Where would the doctor hide something he didn't want anyone else to see? Didn't he forbid his assistants from touching his desk? It would seem he keeps his drawers locked tight. You're up, massive thing. Inside our medical records? He's probably supposed to keep personal information locked up. Though I never really thought of him as the respectful type. There are only 1, 2, 3, 4 files. The names are Kawara Ryota, Jesus Hamburger, Fujishiro Nageki, and Shirogane Sakuya.
Well, okay, that's weird. Because we're multiple ways.
Yeah.
One, why is Nick Becky here? And two, Sakuya never sees the doctor.
What? I'm not surprised to see the file on me in here, but Hamburger and Saki never had any reason to be in here, and Fujishiro Nageki? Looking closely, Nageki's folder says St. Pigeon Nation's Medical Center on the side, while the others don't. And the date's from 5 years ago. Did he take this from the medical center? Oh, man. Since it's here, he must know something about the fire back then. Are the other 3 records from physical exams? They're full of strange symbols and numbers. I'm not sure what they mean. Huh? Saki's has a second piece of paper in it. It looks like some sort of memo or... a sudden blind pain in the back of my head. I can't move. Fall unconscious. Is it Saki? Yuya? Ooh, where am I? Feel dizzy. That's right, I was looking for evidence in the infirmary. The medical records are gone. Somebody took them? Managed to get knocked out even with the stun gun Mr. Leone gave me. Darn it. I don't know who attacked me, but those records must have been important to get stolen away like that. Darn it. Why did I let myself get taken from behind like that? I had our records. Even with those, it would have been hard to prove anything. Whoever attacked me must have been the criminal. They probably wouldn't leave anything, but maybe they missed a clue in here somewhere? Huh? I know it's early, but there's a card under the desk. In the corner, I wouldn't have seen it if it weren't on the floor. This is Hamburger student ID. There's blood on the corner, so it wasn't dropped here by accident before she was killed. It must have happened in here. It looks like my doubts about the doctor are confirmed, but for some reason I still feel unsure. I almost feel like this is too good to be true, like I'm being led along. If the doctor were behind it all, surely he could avoid casting so much doubt on himself. Just what is he after, anyway? Well, I'm not worried about who's doing what and why. I'm worried about finding the one who did this to Hamburger. Need to talk with Sakuya. And so, you think it would take a fair amount of time to cut a human up like this and distribute them into boxes, Doctor? Correct. Even if she were cut up last night and distributed this morning, it would involve a good deal of physical labor. Sakuya? You again. Can we go to the maintenance room? We need to talk. Very well. Mr. Shirogane. Yes, Doctor. Just as an aside, it would be impossible for one such as myself, even with the knowledge and tools of a physician. Even so, I am not a particularly healthy person. Not a healthy person. The doctor is slightly impaired down his right side, you know. He is? I never knew. I was injured long ago. My right wing never fully recovered, though it rarely poses problems in daily life. A human corpse is heavy. It seems like a bit much to go dragging around with one wing, don't you think? Yes, it's all true. It's even recording the faculty medical records. It is, I see. Thanks, I'll remember that. Tell Sakuya about what I found in the infirmary as we head into the maintenance office. Meaning, Fujishiro Nageki's records and the doctor have something to do with the medical center. I think so, yeah. I wonder about the other records, too. What?
Alright. So, back to what you were saying earlier about they're saying there's one Dove party agent at the school.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that this basically just means that Yuya was lying to us during his ending and he was never a Dove agent?
Interesting.
Or like, like it's only true for his ending, but for all others, he's working for the doctor. Working with the doctor, but like disappointed him, and that's what led him to getting killed. And was ending respectively.
I don't know.
Fuck. Okay, let's do this.
Why you mean hamburger altogether? Could that really be a coincidence? Did you go there often after you moved here or anything? Not once. No, nobility knows no illness. Yeah, I've never seen him sick and he always seems pretty lively. I hadn't known about the doctor's injury. Kind of a bad thing to find out now. Bad, because it is inconvenient to your theory. We must remain just. No harm can ever come from learning more of the truth. I guess so. Maybe it's because he's not very active or because he never leaves the infirmary, but I guess I've never really had a chance to notice his disability. If he couldn't have done it alone, it makes it seem more likely that he was working together with Yuya. Blasted mongrel, no good can ever come of his presence. He merely confuses the issue.
God damn it, was he right? Is he just a mongrel and an asshole?
Oh my god, my stomach. Salutations, were you gossiping about me? Yuya. What a pickle. I guess I'm the topic of choice among the boys as well as the girls now. Not that I mind. Don't let it get to your head, mongrel. We weren't saying anything good about you.
Yuya bisexual.
That's right, Yuya. From your point of view, we were subjecting you to vile slander and ill gossips. You're very frank, Ryota. Nothing wrong with that. Well, what kind of slander? Perhaps you shouldn't say, least my fragile heart shattered like a maiden's crystal glass dropped by an unkind lover. It should be obvious what we were talking about from our faces alone, but he's completely relaxed. I doubt his heart is made of glass, though. Used tires, maybe. Something that is completely impervious to abuse. Your unsolicited presence saved us the trouble of looking for you. We demand answers from you. You lied. You met Jesus in the infirmary yesterday. Did you kill her? So you doubt me. I'd love to see your evidence. We found her ID stained with blood in the infirmary. You are duty-bound to answer. What did you see in the infirmary yesterday? And what did you do? Well, I can't tell you anything. Sorry. I can't say anything at all. Cease this foolishness. You know something, don't you? Do not attempt to dodge the...
Nah, god damn it.
Hi, you... Oh, Run,
so
you two. Huh?
Well, damn thing is definitely trying to say something.
Yeah. Such terrible timing. Nobody likes a man who can't read the atmosphere, Mr. Scarecrow. Is this the time for jokes? Run. Go. I wonder if Shu's injury is a result of the fire in the medical center.
Ooh. Maybe.
Ryota seems left us in the dust. Maybe we should hurry up a little. Well, it doesn't look like it's noticed us. I guess it's not too keen on chasing people. Your little flirtations sicken me, filthy mongrel. Shh. Do you want it to hear us? How about this? I'll go first and lure Mr. Beanpole Man towards the cafeteria. You head for the maintenance room while it's distracted, okay? You plan to act as a decoy. Don't think this will stop me from suspecting you. I wasn't asking you to. I've been your ally until now, so why stop now? Our ally. Anyway, run for it as soon as we're out of sight. Adieu. Saki, you're okay. I was worried that you maybe got caught.
Freaky game made me trust these damn birds. It makes me doubt them again.
Indeed.
Why?
Isn't Yuya with you? We never got to answer anything. I do not know. He ran in the opposite direction. We don't have much time left. I think the only thing to do is to get him to talk to us and then confront the doctor. He's been helping us this whole time, but I don't know if we can still consider him our ally. Our ally, indeed. You've always been separated, right? So you don't really know how he usually acts, or if he'd be likely to do something like this, or... How could I know? He and I lived in different worlds. As my father said, I couldn't know. I'm an only child, so I don't really understand siblings, but I think I know how you feel about him, Sakia. Do not make me repeat myself. He and I have no connection. But I want to believe that he is not my enemy. Looks like Sakia isn't entirely sure what to think. The prime suspects are the doctor who hated his family and his own half-brother. If I were given the same situation, I wouldn't be as calm as he is. We should write in the notes and then go talk to the doctor. Go find out exactly what happened in the infirmary. We figured out a lot of things, but there's still a lot that remains a mystery. It's 6 p.m. We don't have much time. Can we solve this and get out alive in only 4 hours?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Where did that time go?
Yeah, no, 4 hours passed since we established how much time has passed.
I was trying past when we got knocked out in the infirmary.
Yeah, I don't know. Alright, let's go, Saku. Huh? Sakia? Your friend already left, young one. Well, why didn't you say so earlier? He's planning to confront the doctor alone. Oh no.
Oh no.
Our father is of the pure bloodline, and so his life is of the utmost value. By extension, the doctor who saved his life must also be valuable. I must not disrespect him, because that is what father told me. My brother, born of a low father, is a worthless being. Though he looks noble, his veins flow with filthy, impure blood. I must not associate with those of low birth, because that is what father told me. But I am no longer sure. What is blood? Why does it divide us so? Oh, Sakia. Hello again, Shirogane. Where's the doctor?
He's growing.
Yeah. He said he was going back to the infirmary. Maybe he forgot something there. Thank you. You're going right after him? Don't you want any tea? Well, be careful. He looked rather troubled. I hope he's alright.
I hope we eventually get to the point where we can play as the teacher.
As the teacher, yeah. Mr. Shirogane, you look quite fatigued. Would you care to rest for a little while? You are wrong, are you not, sir? Whatever could you mean? I wish to learn the truth. What did you and Sakazaki do? Which of you decided to kill Jesus? That's not something to say with that proof, Mr. Shirogane. But then, we have but a little time left. Perhaps I shall explain things to you. I did not kill Miss Jesus. This is the truth. Of course. How could I let myself be so swayed by idle rumors? The doctor could not possibly carry out such an atrocity. Mr. Sakazaki did not kill her either. Which raises the question, who did? Sakazaki admitted that he was involved in the crime. He cannot possibly be. I merely said that he did not kill her. I did not say he wasn't involved. Of course, the same applies to myself. The two of you did not kill her, but were involved. But then, who did kill her? Oh dear me, this won't do. Talking to you makes me feel like I'm about to fall asleep. I suppose these are the limits of a mere mongrel. What did he just say? Doctor,
Ooh.
Could you be quiet for a minute, Mr. Shirogane? You bore me. You filthy, low-born mongrel. What? What are you saying, sir? I'm not like Saka. You did well. Thanks to you, Mr. Kawara has found almost everything he needs. Just one more push, and he'll be done. Thank you, Mr. Shirogane. What is happening?
What the fuck?
What does it mean?
Wait.
Since Ryo Uda is like so sickly, do you think they turn him into like some like double agent that like has to hear a keyword or something before he does like a like execution
I would
instructions?
not put that past this game. You're reviewed as a sleeper hawk agent.
Yeah, a glint of white steel. His left wing slowly traces an arc through the air. Oh, he's summoning the tree. I'm dying. I'm dying. What did he say? Why was I left behind? I can't think. Sakazaki. Stop that, Issa. I told you not to touch my brother. Suddenly, Sakazaki Yuyo blocks out the sun. What? He's bleeding.
Son. No!
Blood is spraying across the floor. I am unhurt. Who's... your wing? Such beautiful brotherly love, Mr. Sakazaki. You were the real hero all along, of course. I only promised that I wouldn't tell other people. Not that I wouldn't tell him myself. Or that I wouldn't kill him. Yeah, okay, I feel like they're kind of missing out on the whole English language and what words mean. And like the kind of social contract and implications when you say things. Like what is implied.
Yeah, I'm confused, but I can already tell what's happening here, and I'm not, Andrew, goddamn, I'm not prepared to feel more things about this game. Go ahead.
And after all that work, to steal the records from Mr. Kawara, too.
Okay,
Yeah, you've always
so
been like this. A coward and a villain to the core. So it looks like Yuya and Sakuya were swapped? Maybe, is my guess. Maybe Yuya's the actual noble bird and Sakuya's the half-breed.
Okay.
Oh, such flattery. What are you doing, Doctor? Why? Why are you doing this? I told you, remember? You bore me. Now that you have helped Mr. Kawara as much as you can, I have no more use for you. Why should I put up with your blabbering now that I'm done with you? I do not understand, sir. What did you and Sakazaki... This is exactly what I'm talking about. I have no responsibility to explain to you. Goodbye, Mr. Shirogane. No, don't move, Sakuya. Sakuya! Oh, Mr. Kawara. We were just discussing you. Yuya standing over Sakuya, blood running down his body. The doctor standing next to them. There's no question about what's happened. Doctor, so it was you all along. Was it? I wonder about that. Pull yourself together, Sakazaki. Say something. Don't worry. He won't die just yet. I'm sure you'll enjoy a confession or two, so ask him all you want. Wait, Doctor. Did he just jump out the window? Oh, no, it's the Scarecrow. The Scarecrow. There you are, Labor 9. I was waiting for you. Come, let us go. Ah. Labor 9? Is that the Scarecrow's name? So he was working under the doctor this whole time. Just a little more, Mr. Kawara. Do you think you'll remember soon? Stop running away. You killed Hamburger. I will never forgive you. I'm so glad you're so lively. That's good. I shall be waiting for you deep beneath the surface. Chase me, Mr. Kawara. I reach out. I can't reach. The doctors and the Scarecrow are gone. Don't go chasing after the beanpole man on your own, Ryuda. Good man keeps his cool, even in times like this. And don't speak. You're still bleeding. Don't worry. Who do you think I am? I'll be fine. I know my limits better than anyone else. I won't die to a little scalpel. Getting whacked with a cleaver would have been bad, but there are plenty of bandages here. Sakuya, wait. Here, I'll go get Mr. Leone. Wait, Ryuda, I have things to tell you. Can you wait long enough to hear my confession? Like the doctor said, there's no time to waste. So let me tell you everything I can. This might be our last chance. It was too late, Sakazaki. If you were involved, why didn't you tell us before? We had a deal. Of course, he broke it without a second thought. The doctor and I did not kill her. That is the truth. But then, why did he... She died in this room, after school yesterday. That is also the truth. Then there was someone else. Yes. Right, as always, Sakuya. And that third person killed Hamburger. Who was it? Was it Ryuda? I'm sorry, I can't tell you that.
God damn it.
I think you'll figure it out. I have to apologize to you. The doctor and I were the ones who cut her up. Huh?
Fuck.
So you stuffed her in those boxes. It was the time. The doctor needed to be sure of when she'd be found. He decided morning would give him the most time for humans to gather. I suppose he probably thought putting her in the print boxes was funny too. The most humans. Why would... Looks like I stayed on the fence to the very end. I didn't have the resolve to go either way. If only things had been a little different. Cough, cough. I thought you said you'd be fine. Are you worried for me? I'm honored. Could you go outside for a bit, Ryota? We'll go to the maintenance office afterwards. Just for a little. I want to talk to Sakuya alone. You have a new father now, Yuya. He has a beautiful mansion and you'll be moving there tomorrow. But your new father says he doesn't want your brother. He says he can only feed you if you leave the egg behind. Mother is sad. He is her son too. I will go. I will throw my brother away, Mother. Give me the egg. The new father killed my father. I know he did. He killed him so he could take Mother from him. I waited until she laid a new egg. Until she laid an egg with the new father's child inside. I hid him away in the mansion, and I switched them. So he will raise my brother as his own son. The new father hates me, but he will love my brother. He will give him nice food and nice clothes and a nice bed. My brother will not know. No one will know but me. I hate the new father. I took the new egg, and I smashed it. Whoa.
Ooh.
Man.
Okay, so the deal is that they're full brothers.
They're full brothers, and the Sakuya that was meant to be was killed by Yuya, or the egg was destroyed by Yuya, and replaced with Sakuya's egg.
Who is his fully blooded, or half-blood, whatever the fuck.
His full brother. Sakuya and Yuya are full brothers. But they just think that they're half brothers because Yuya smashed the other egg and replaced that egg with Sakuya's egg.
God damn it, Yuya! Stop making me feel these things.
I always thought that maybe I should have told you. The doctor did not lie. You're the same as me, Sakuya. We were never half brothers. You are my real brother. Impossible. I am the heir to the LaBelle family. Father told me so. Everyone told me so. I was raised for no other purpose. I never told anyone that I switched the eggs. If Father found out, now, he'd throw you away. I did it for you. No, maybe I didn't. Maybe I just did it to spite that man. I killed the child he had with Mother. That was the cross I had to bear. It was never your problem. I was happy just to see you living in luxury. You... Under what authority? Ha, none. You're right. I only ever listened to myself. But the doctor noticed. He must have realized. I guess I was doing what he said all along, since I took your lineage. The fact that I killed the LaBelle, the other father's child, will never leave me. I've never been able to forget. If you're blamed for that child's death, you have to press on. You can't let it stop you. I always worried about whether I should tell you or not, and now it's too late. So, fool, to deny me my lineage now. I'm sorry, Sakuya. I should have told you long ago. I was never as assured of myself as you. If I'm not the LaBelle line, what am I? I knew you'd ask that. Straightforward as always. Leave this place, Sakuya, and think about it long and hard. You have a lot more to worry about than just who your family is, after all. No, wait, Sakazaki. Stay with me. There is so much for you to tell me. It's been a long time since we talked this much. I talk to you every day when you're still an egg. Pull yourself together, Yuya. You can't leave me like this. You said a little scalpel like that couldn't kill you. Should apologize about that too. I remember the headmaster? That was nerve toxin. You mean that scalpel had... Go on, Sakuya. Leave your live brother and go. The doctor must have a way out of here. You are yourself. Oh, man.
No.
Never let anyone tie you down. Later, buddy. Oh.
Damn it, game.
Yuya! Yuya! Okay, I'm gonna use a mouse this time.
Okay, let's see here.
No text box this time. Okay, cool.
No text box.
All right.
I don't know what that means. We're doing.
Oh wait, no, it'll be this one. Nope, still no text box. It's 6 p.m. I haven't had much of a sense. Huh?
I gotta still start with it's 6 p.m. Popped on like this. There it is.
It's 6 p.m. I haven't had much of a sense time passing since the dome appeared, but it's already evening. The atmosphere in the maintenance office is tense. The doctor said he'd be waiting deep beneath the surface. Does this building have a basement? And it's certainly not one that appears on the official plans, but maybe under the medical center? But that one's blocked off with concrete. It does not seem to me the medical center is an entirely independent building. There may well be a path from this building to the basement there. Is there anywhere you might have missed something? Missed something or forgotten something? Somewhere I forgot to look? Oh. That's right. We never went. The encyclopedia from the library in the medical center. and the chronology of the medical records. I'd like to talk to Nageki again. You thought of something? Yeah, I need to go check. Sakuya. He hasn't spoken since what happened in the infirmary. I can't blame him. I know how he feels. Better to leave him alone. Oh my god, this is crazy.
I'm lost.
Oh, a soul.
I'm so sad we lost you again. Oh.
I know. I'm worried about it too. You're fading again. Where are you? Nageki, there you are. What is it? I found out a lot about the school, and about you. I see. I suppose you know who I am then? Sort of, but there are things I need to ask you. That's why I'm here. The fire 5 years ago in the dome today, how are they related? Nageki must know something about the secrets the school holds. You aren't really here anymore, are you? That might be so. Or it might not.
Might be.
I saw it in the school records. It says you died 5 years ago in an accident in the medical center. I had become aware of that. I stopped my own clock here. That's why I can never leave. You stopped your... In other words, at the very least, I took my life through my own will. I am almost sure of that. So you didn't die in the accident. He hangs his head in silence. Looks like he can't remember everything from before he died. I need a clue. There must be a basement under the medical center, and I need to get in there. Oh, that's right. The encyclopedia. The encyclopedia. You used to go to the medical center, right? Did you switch one of the encyclopedias from there with one here? Why would... That's what I want to know. I guess I should just tell him. Look, you know how the encyclopedias here are out of order? There are 2 copies of Volume 9 and no Volume 6. The medical center has the same encyclopedias? Yeah, there are 2 copies of 6 there, no 9. How disorderly. Yeah. Anyway, one of the copies of Volume 6 there has a library sticker on it. Someone must have taken it from here. Switch the encyclopedias. Mr. Kawara, try reading the copy of Column 9. It's supposed to be volume.
Yeah.
Looking's worth 1,000 words. Looking's worth 1,000 spoken words, I guess. Huh? This isn't right. Looks like just another book when it's closed, but... It's a box?
What?
It's full of files. Some sort of documents? They're all from 5 years ago. These must have been... What does it say? That one. Let's see. Operation Hatoful. This time about using carrier individuals as biological weapons. To fight humans?
What?
It has the same title as a file in the headmaster's office. But I never expected anything like this. Meaning this school has been this school has been being used for biological weapons development for at least 5 years. 2180. New strains of Sumatera influenza isolated. 2183. A new strain has been isolated from Fujishiro Nageki. It is lethal to humans and has been named Charon virus. It has entered research at St. Pigeonation's Medical Center. Oh, do you think Nageki caused the fire then?
Well, you say he took his life of his own free will.
Yeah.
So it sounds like he lied to us in his ending that he jumped from the window.
I don't think he ever said he... Well, maybe he did jump from the window.
So you think he...
And that's why he's stuck in the library. So
he set fire.
He sets fire to the medical center, injures the doctor, knowing that he's as good as dead, makes his way to the library where he like jumps out the window and kills himself, and that's why he's stuck in the library.
So you're saying that both statements are true.
Yeah.
Okay. Holy shit. Okay, so he has super virus.
Charon virus. Humans, I meant, would always get very sick. Are you remembering something? Yes, I think so. I think I was the one who brought that book here. The birds me in the medical center often did secret things in the reference room. I wanted to tell someone important what was happening in the center. What was it? My family? It must have been my family. That's right. I burned. I had to disappear. Why didn't I notice? Did I help you? Did I your help to see?
Well, he says he just burned himself, yeah?
Yeah. Huh. He paces nervously in circles, rambling on to himself. If you realize something, it would help me to know what it is. I've remembered everything that happened here 5 years ago. I can't remember my parents' faces. I lived in an orphanage with other birds my age since before I could remember. I never thought much of it at the time, but apparently everybody there was a war orphan. But I did not resent the humans who had started the war. I did not care. I thought that living with other chicks and no parents was as natural as could be. One day, the endless routine was broken, and some humans broke into the orphanage. They had guns and kept shouting, "Free humanity, free humanity." I think that's what they said. They barricaded themselves in our house and killed us one at a time. I was helpless. I could only hide in the corner and weep as my family was killed before my eyes. I don't know how much time had gone by since they came. When I looked around the silent room, they were all collapsed on the floor. Birds had come to save us. They had come and killed the evil humans. That is what I thought, but... You have been granted a great power. You are one of the chosen few. I left the orphanage with my one remaining sibling and we lived in an apartment. But I was weak and couldn't go to school or get a job. I was nothing but a burden. And then I received the invitation. We wish to welcome you with special treatment. How would you like to study at the world's foremost avian school? We'll provide anything you need, anything at all. This is a hospital. There is a hospital on the school grounds. We will provide a room for you to live there. You shall receive all the care you require. I was living with my brother. I did not want to leave him, but if I could continue to live with him, I'd only hold him down. He was happy to hear that I would have a chance to improve my physical condition, and so I enrolled at St. Pinginations. I was still weak, and so I often stayed in my room. I had no friends, but I was not unhappy. The nurses and the faculty were all very kind to me. And then, early in my first summer vacation, the doctor made a proposal to me. This vacation is the perfect opportunity. Would you like to undergo intensive treatment? You will have to stay inside for some time, but by the end of the summer you should be as healthy as any other bird in the school. And so began a long summer in the underground facility. First, a routine of daily examinations and numerous medications. And the experiments began. The experiments to kill humans. A human would be brought to me. They would struggle and gasp. And then, with the last painful sigh, they would stop moving. I knew why I was brought here. Living in my body was a virus deadly to humans in a matter of minutes. My parents, whose faces I never knew, were killed by humans. Everyone else in the orphanage was killed by humans. And in return, I killed another human with each experiment. Simply by standing in the same room as me. By breathing the same air as me. They would collapse. I couldn't stand it. I had no reason not to hate them, but watching them die in front of me shaved away at my heart little by little, and so I decided to end it all. I had only one wish. I wanted to disappear from this world without a trace. The trauma virus, the deadly gas that made its home in my body. That is what they called it. No doubt they were searching for a way to destroy humanity with that virus. That was Operation Hatoful? Yes. That's why I burned it all 5 years ago. There should have been nothing left, but I am not here. But maybe, just maybe, there's something left somewhere. And I can feel him close by. My... Mr. Kawara, are you going to the basement? I don't have a choice. To find a way out of here alive and to find out why they killed Hamburger, I need to ask the doctor. I see. Then encyclopedia. What else is inside? Oh. A piece of paper folded up along with the files. This is a map of the medical center? When I was there, I went in through the medical center, but it must connect to the main building somewhere near here. That's why that looks like the gym, so the stairs are, I believe it is the chemistry preparation room. The researchers often went in there. The doctor's beneath the preparation room. Thank you, Nageki. I have to go. Yes. I think you'll be seeing me again, and Miss Jesus as well. Oh.
Holy shit. Wait a minute. Is he saying that Ryu is about to die?
I hope not. Maybe Jesus will, I don't know. Manifest yourself.
Reveal what Jesus looks like?
Maybe. Hopefully. A staircase in the preparation room. I never noticed one. I wonder where it could be. If the Scarecrow went down there with the doctor, it would need to be a pretty big opening. We'll have to go and look. 7 p.m. already. We only have 3 hours until we're overrun with bloodthirsty humans. We don't know for sure if there's an escape route in the basement, but it's our best bet. Let's go ahead and save it.
Ooh.
Maybe we should get everybody from the gym to come with us as soon as we find the stairs. Leave that to me. Mr. Leone, I'll take care of the other students. Don't worry. I'm not a massive agent for nothing. Oh, well then, thank you, Mr. One. Aren't you going with him, sir? I'm going to come with you, Kawara. We never know what could happen. Oh, man, the math teacher has, like, very quickly... He was already up there on my favorite characters, but he's just getting better and better.
Yeah, like, he's pretty much been, like, our only, like, trusted ally, like, consistently.
Thank you, sir. You're welcome. I'm your homeroom teacher, after all. You've done such a good job so far. I want to be there to help you if things get dangerous. What about you, Sakuya? You two go ahead.
Now,
I'll catch up with you.
now,
Uh-huh.
and I do want to know that because you just said that, his mortality rate just dropped.
Whose?
Well, I guess it'd be Rise. I'm going to guess now we're probably going to lose the teacher. I think he's going to die.
Oh, man. Right, okay. And we're going to get out of here together, okay? Too much happened today for both Sakuya and me. I don't know what's on his mind. He doesn't seem interested in telling me, but if he wants to be alone, that's for the best. I guess it's the two of us then, Mr. Nanaki. If something bad happens, one of us can come back to warn you and the others, Mr. Leone. Understood. Commence Operation Breakout it is, then. Not so fast. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, boy.
Angel, what does he want now? We don't have time for messing around. Textoris Melodia Funis. You travel now to the Abyss of Despair, do you not? The Abyss of Despair. I sense demon spores far greater in power than ever those released by the Tree of Blight. I cannot let you face the dark sorcerer Wallenstein alone. The Wallenstein guy is the doctor. Oh, the Wallenstein guy is the doctor, right? Okay, we're coming for you, Wallenstein.
Cool.
Wait, Angel, we need to be careful. Wait. He certainly is lively. Let's go.
I like how we have a nice little squad coming together here.
I think this is the first time I've been in here. It's kind of bland. Yes. Not a very friendly room, but not distasteful either. This place is flooded with demon spores. Any good bird would normally avoid it. Can you think of anything, sir? Like a hidden door, or... I don't come here very much, so, Do you feel a draft? A draft? There are no windows in here. They must be coming from the basement. Be silent, my crimson breast. We must hold it back, or the eulogy of doom will. But Gate of Erebus, guide me to the abyss. Wait, calm down, Angel. You can't... Oh, there it is. So it was behind the mirror all along. Kind of weird place.
I can't help but love Angel.
He's a lot more clever than he acts, isn't he? Oh man, if only we had God Oko-san with us.
Oh, that'd be the best shit.
Even if he does spout nonsense, whenever he opens to speak, let's proceed. Textoris Melodia Funis. The master of the abyss awaits us below. A long dark staircase winds downwards behind the mirror. How far does it go? The basement itself should be pretty big. This is sort of the entrance into a subway tunnel. Well, let's go. Very impressive. This is a lot fancier than I expected. I never knew this huge place was underneath the school. This facility has been used in research to kill humans since the school was founded. I, Hamburger, none of us even knew. We lived our carefree lives with all that's going on beneath our feet. I don't see any, Birdie. I wonder if it's closed now. Yeah, it's clean and orderly, but I don't get the feeling that it's still in use. There was a fire somewhere down here 5 years ago, and since then the whole faculty's been shut up. I suppose they froze whatever project they were working on. Hey, Angel, which way do you think we should go to find the doctor? That would be, my crimson breast murmurs, the midnight hunter approaches. Scarecrow?
Uh-oh. Alright,
couldn't you said so earlier? Oh dear, if we don't get past him, we can't go on. We cannot reach Wallenstein without first defeating his dark servant. This trial cannot be avoided. But all we've ever managed to do is run away from this thing. How can we... Hugh... we can't go anywhere just by running away. Do we have any sort of weapon? A weapon? I do have a stun gun Mr. Leone left me. Will it even work on a scarecrow? Oh boy.
Good call.
I feel like this might be one of those weird cases where, like, if you use the weapon, you might not be able to use it later. Maybe not a normal output, but it looks like a living creature, so I doubt it would be completely unaffected. The Midnight Hunter is a hound bred from the Black Void. We must purify it with holy water. Oh yes, that's a good idea. Wait, what did he even say? There's a fire hose on the wall there. If we time it right... Mr. Naki waddles towards the hall and pulls out the hose. Of course. Ready? He points the hose at the Scarecrow and opens the valve. Angel, sir, get back. I set the sun gun to maximum and hurl it at the Scarecrow.
Ooh.
Hugo. It collapses with an unpleasant noise. The electrified metal arm twitches for a moment, but then it sits still. We did it! Electricity is a powerful thing indeed. And the thunderous voice of doom, judgment has come. Goodbye, Mr. Scarecrow. Onwards!
Okay.
Disgraceful. What am I doing here? Well, the bell is not allowed hesitation. No, I have not even the right to claim that restriction anymore. Yuya. Foolish. No, not ish at all. I am a fool. I have been pampered my entire life, while in my shadow he crawled along under the weight of a crime of which only he knew. I have not been nothing but vain and selfish.
He's growing.
What should I do, Yuya? Cool! That's Soko-san!
Yes. Oko-san!
Leave. No one wanted you to come here. Cool! Shut up. Don't talk to me. Cool? Aw. No, I do not. It's raining. Cool. Oh.
Oh, Oko-san, you were too precious for this world.
No. What Saki just said is a reference to Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The line is, because I want to show it to you, but spoiler free. The line is, you have a character, and another character comes up, and they're at a funeral, and one character goes to another character, and they're just kind of staring at the sky after the funeral, and it's it's a clear day. It's a clear day, and then one character is looking up and says, "It's a terrible day for rain." And then the second character looks up at the sky and says, "Sir, but it's not raining." And then the first character says, "Yes, it is." And when the second character looks at him, he's crying.
Ah.
Yeah. Oh man, that whole little saga was not a fun saga.
I see.
Cool.
I look forward to eventually understanding the pain you feel.
Oko-san used healing touch.
Healing touch.
Confound you. Must I repeat? Cool. Oh. So they told you. Cool. Do you have any idea what you're saying? Death is not a good place to chase someone to. No doubt the older breeds have no concept of death. Chase you into the grave. What kind of fool would... Cool. What foolishness. Speaking with mongrels makes my head hurt. Except I'm a mongrel too. Poor mongrels who do not notice even their own error, that is. Cool. Is that your argument? That isn't even... Dang, Oko-san. That's a way with the words.
You be spin right now.
See. You are yourself. Never let anyone tie you down. I am myself. Cool.
Considers him a friend.
Oko was always burned with useless energy, as he was. Am I the same, perhaps? We will never see him again, no matter how far we run. But if he were here now, what would he do? What would he want me to do? At any rate, moping around here won't get us anywhere. 2 more hours. I will chase after him. I will never find him, but I will find myself. Let us go, Oko. There's nothing more for us here. Cool.
I was really hoping to hear that zoom effect.
Yeah. The demon spores are thick in the air. I smell the stench of the sorcerer. I feel a little nervous relying on Angel's bizarre intuition alone, but it's worked so far and we're in a hurry. Is he actually following the doctor by his scent? Or is that just an angelism? There's some very advanced equipment in here, and these documents look fairly new. Maybe this place is still in use? There's a register of names left open on one desk. Maybe it's a student register? Look, your name's here too, Angel. The Dark Grimoire. I feel the tendrils of imminent tragedy. They have notes on some of the students too. Under Hiragure, he acts as the neurotransmitter when excited. He seems to produce intoxicating or hallucinogenic pheromones. Physical exertion acts as a stimulant. The pheromone causes others to temporarily lose control of themselves, but his usefulness is limited. Not currently applicable to combat. Okay. So Angel's ending never happened.
So that was just us in a weird hallucination.
Yeah. I shall not allow the sorcerer to make me his pawn. I am the Crimson Angel Judica, destined to wander this earth alone. I'm not sure what he's talking about, but he sounds and looks unexpectedly heroic. Yeah, it looks like all the students who were invited here have some sort of physical idiosyncrasy. How did you enroll, Kawara? How? I was invited too. I don't know why. Yours is a bunch of numbers. I wonder if it's the explanation for something like Higure's. No, the black miasma of inevitable doom draws near. We are approaching the gate of the abyss. I feel its foul wind. Let's go. The doctor's waiting for us. Could you wait a minute, Kawara? What is it, sir? Oh, he's going to use his math. We're almost done. We need to... I want to ask you something first, Kawara. You lied, did you not? Huh? Lied? Me? I don't know why you would lie about that. Or maybe you forgot, even though it was just yesterday. Yesterday after school? Like I said to Sakuya, I don't know anything about it. We have to ask the doctor. I see. Let's go on then.
No! Tell us the answers.
I know. Can somebody please tell me what is going on?
Explain this.
Mr. Naudiki follows Angel towards the innermost room. I've been trying to find the truth about Hamburger's death since this morning. Why would I lie? Maybe Mr. Naudiki misunderstood something, but that seems too simple.
Okay.
In contrast to the rooms above, this area is dark and filthy. This must be where the fire was 5 years ago. I feel like I can smell the soot just by looking at the walls here. Nogeki threw himself into the sea of fire here to end the experiments. I wonder what I would have done in his place. Would I have ended it all like him, or... You're late, Mr. Kawara. I have grown tired of waiting. The dark sorcerer Wallenstein. And Doctor. It wasn't just Hamburger. You killed the headmaster as well. If it weren't for you, the boy who went outside wouldn't have been. Why are you doing this? Must I repeat myself? I told you before. I'm really just disassembled Miss Jesus after the fact. I did not kill her. Do you think I care? It appears you need some assistance. I told you before, but you should already have everything you need to answer your question. Who killed Jesus Hamburger? Oh, Ryo Uda, no.
Fuck.
Do you not listen to the dark sorcerer's
We
words?
killed her?
Textoris Melodia Funis, he will lay a spell on you. Perhaps the peanut gallery could keep its thoughts to itself. Ooh. An iron grill drops behind me like an evil wizard's portcullis. I'm cut off. Oh dear, we appear to be shut in. It's very, very calm, Kazuaki. No, the dark spell. What are you doing?
Nothing at all. I simply have no business with them. I was waiting for you, Mr. Kawara. Now, let us return to our conversation. Our conversation about the truth you seek.
I've done unbelievably cruel things. You have done unbelievably cruel things, Doctor. You were involved in the medical center here, too. Nothing you can say to me will change my mind.
How pugnacious of you. But you are lacking in logic. What I may or may not have done has little to do with the truth of my words. I was employed at this facility from the beginning. No doubt you have already deduced that I was working on Operation Hatoful.
Operation Hatoful. The plan to wipe out humanity with the Charon virus.
Precisely. Oh, it does make me so happy when students read ahead and come prepared for the lecture. You are exemplary. Ho ho ho. The strain we isolated from the original host was extremely powerful, quite possibly the deadliest in human history. However, strains of such lethality tend to be fragile themselves.
I hate how unintentionally topical this kind of is.
Charon virus was no exception.
I've been trying to avoid thinking about that.
Yeah.
It cannot very last long outside of a host body. In order to deliver it to the enemy, we would have to send life carriers into their society and allow it to spread via airborne infection. This proved troublesome. Charon virus, in addition to being harmless to birds, is ill-equipped to establish itself in our bodies. Fujishiro Nageki, the original host, had a rare genetic condition, which resulted in a slightly compromised immune system.
Oh, so Ryuta also had one, I think. My guess is going to be, my new guess is that she died of the virus that the doctor infected Ryuta with.
Oh.
So he didn't.
The new carrier.
Yeah, that's going to be my guess.
How about I get to it?
In his body alone was Charon able to safely reside. Alas, he refused to cooperate.
You forced him to kill human prisoners. If it weren't for your experiments, he never would have killed himself.
Indeed.
Damn it, that actually makes a lot of sense the more I'm thinking about it.
It had not occurred to us that the test of the strain's effects would harm his mental health. We expected that he would be glad of the chance to avenge himself on humanity, but sadly it was not so, and we lost our sample. The project was put on indefinite hold with his death, but thankfully we did not lose his corpse in its entirety. I preserved his remains and kept them to this day. I have been waiting for a new carrier to arrive.
It sounds like this was a very labor-intensive project. Wasn't there a better way?
Quite right. I digress a little, but there was a reason for our methods. It did not take me long to come up with a better plan. We need to only compromise the subject's immune system, creating compatibility like Fujishiro Nageki's.
Compromise the immune system? They'd die.
Indeed, even if the subject were able to become a carrier for the Charon virus, if they died of some other infection, it would all be for naught. Which is why I was very careful with who I chose. I worked on the subject over time, slowly weakening his immune system. I suppose I should count myself lucky that I achieved my goal in only a year. You are an exemplary student, Mr. Kawara. I give you full marks.
Full marks?
Fuck.
My head hurts. Almost as if some strange creature is wriggling about deep inside my brain. Are you okay, Ryuta? Mr. Naki said you were coming here, so I wanted to make sure you were alright. Hamburger came to the infirmary. To see me?
You have come this far. I'm sure you can answer this. What was it that you forgot?
Everything is hazy. I think my stomach is acting up again. I drink the medicine Dr. Iwagami gives me and lie down, but my body still feels heavy. I'm tired. Are you okay, Ryuta? Yeah, I'm fine now. Mr. Nanaki said you were coming here, so I wanted to make sure you were alright. Hamburger is reaching towards me. Want to go home? I'll walk you. Her hand stops. Hamburger falls to her knees, clutching her chest. Ryuta, I can't breathe. Oh, she can't breathe. This is bad. My mother said to get home early. Everything feels strange, almost like it's a dream. I need to go home. Goodbye, Hamburger. See you tomorrow. Hugh.
Fuck. Wait, Hugh?
Was she the scarecrow?
Is she the scarecrow?
Oh, she fell down before my eyes, and then...
The experiment was a resounding success. Miss Jesus displayed the archetypal symptoms of a human infected with the Charon virus and passed away. Once the virus is inside a human body, it shuts down the respiratory system in a matter of minutes. Technically speaking, it causes overreaction of the immune system, which leads to widespread apoptosis in the lungs, but more simply, any human who comes in contact with you will die. You see?
You're lying. Hamburger and I were together since we were children.
Of course, I only administered the live virus to you yesterday. All the things I've done to you over the past year have been in preparation for it. Do you recognize this?
The Scarecrow's head?
Yes, alas, the body is now useless, but I shall say about Labor 9, the being you call the Scarecrow. It is one of the labor model new humans, developed by Dove Party researchers, but denounced as unethical. We birds have advanced quickly, but our physical capabilities are still far behind those of the human race. These new creatures were livestock, if you will, to compensate for that. The Labor series was a great step towards a beautiful ideal of coexistence with humans. With the human's head mounted inside an artificial body, they were durable and capable of difficult tasks. Of course, they never entered development, the project having been shut down early due to ethical complaints. However, I carried on the Dove Party researchers' will and created this prototype to be my sidekick. We didn't want too many other people snooping around and disrupting your investigation, so I had it patrol the building. And now, the next question. What is inside this bag?
A human's head.
No. Close, but you have to be more specific. I believe we had Miss Jesus' head sent to your classroom, but did you notice anything missing?
Missing? That's her brain.
Her brain?
When I found her in the box, I was too shocked to be looking for clues. I may have well missed something. Wait, he doesn't mean Hamburger's brain?
Correct. You do catch on quickly. Miss Jesus did come to meet you quite frequently. Of course, having been placed in Labor 9, she has lost much of her personality.
Then she's alive? But her body is gone. All that's left is her brain. Can we still call that alive? Alive or not alive? I don't know anymore. Can you save her?
That is a difficult question. We tend to think of there being a definite border between the life and death, but really is quite vague. Her personality still remained in this world up until a few minutes ago. But you gave poor Labor 9 quite a shock, shall we say. Alas, Miss Jesus' brain is no doubt irreversibly damaged. The wonders of modern medicine can do nothing for her now but sigh and shake their heads. Yesterday her body, and today her mind. You are far more twisted a villain than I could have ever hoped to be, Mr. Kawara.
Oh, fuck off of that.
I killed Hamburger. It was my fault all along. Why'd it have to happen this way?
This was all arranged for you. I had Labor 9, Mr. Sakazaki, and the headmaster help you all along with your investigation. You are but one step from the end now. You must remember one more thing.
What?
I can't tell if I love or hate the fact that it was still just Shu.
Yeah.
He's still just the primary evil of all things.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead.
What was it that you and Miss Jesus told me long ago? Come, follow me.
He holds out his wing. What lies beyond here? Hamburger is gone. The one who killed her was here from the beginning. I have nothing more to lose.
You are obedient, Mr. Kawara.
Wait. Textoris Melodia Funis. The demon spores are thickest that way. You will not be able to return. That's right. The doctor's probably going to do something unspeakably horrible to you, Kawara. Come back.
Thank you for bringing Mr. Kawara this far, you two. And now, goodbye.
No!
No.
Oh dear. This looks bad. Do you suppose it's poison gas? This presence, Mystic Phantom, the avatar of miasma. You do take everything in stride, don't you, Hikare? Kazuaki, please.
I am going to say a lot of the calm demeanor is kind of on you and your voice.
It's kind of what?
It is kind of on you and the voice you gave him.
Yeah. Let's see. Two humans lie in a twisted pile. They are Hamburger's parents. She said they worked as mediators between birds and humans. They're trying to say something to the humans barricaded on the other side of the wall, but they received only bullets as a reply. The death of her parents became a signal. The birds surrounded that little house crossed the wall as one. I can hear gunfire from inside. I can hear humans and birds screaming. We could do nothing but stand outside and watch. And then the stranger came and spoke to us. Is there anything you desire? I'll grant any wish for you. So tell me. I answered. I don't want these things to happen anymore. My wish is for a world where humans and birds no longer fight. Even if I die, I want there to be peace. And Hamburger continued. I agree. I would do anything to make Ryota's wish come true. The stranger nodded. It might not be possible right now, but one day I will make it happen. Just experiment. Oh, when we were children, that's right. That was you.
More pressure.
That was the other thing you had forgotten. That, you have remembered, I see.
8 years ago, a number of humans barricaded themselves in a building not far from where we lived. Hamburger's parents were shot by the other humans, and many birds and humans were killed in the ensuing gunfight. Then I met the doctor. I asked for a world in which humans and birds no longer fight.
You and Miss Jesus both said you would be glad to die to bring it about. And so I'm carrying out your wish, just as you stated it. Even symbiotic relationships are not free from strife. In order to end the wars between humans and birds forever, one race would have to be completely destroyed, you see.
But why did you choose me back then?
Choose you. Why did I ask you what your wish was, you mean? I assure you, it was not a coincidence. I'm not so bored as to wander around granting wishes willy-nilly. I too had made a promise to grant your wish. The preliminary test yesterday was a resounding success. We need only transfer the original lysomes from Fujishiro Nageki to you, and everything will be in place. I have granted your wish. Though I did make you jump through a few hoops so you would remember your wish and understand my intentions. It would be the least you could do to at least acknowledge all I have done for you.
I don't care about anything now. Hamburger is gone. My wish has destroyed everything. Nothing good has ever happened. If this is what my life is to be like, I wish I was never been born. I don't want to see anything anymore.
Do not be anxious. You have no will to resist. So soon you'll forget it all. Good night, Mr. Kawara.
My crimson breast senses ding, cough, cough. Talking will just make it worse, Higure. Seems to be leaking quite slowly. I'm glad we have a little more time, but it is getting hard to breathe. Wallenstein, you coward. Come out and fight. Cool. Oko-san. Cool.
Yes. Oko-san.
Hold on just a little longer. We'll get you out of there. I will try to open the cage. Oko, you see to the gas. Cool. I'm glad our wish was very quickly granted whenever we decided to... We were like, man, I wish we had more Oko-san.
Dude, just a wall. Just a solid wall, and he just blasted through it like the magnificence that he is.
Ah, much better. No one can say you slack off as a student president, Shirogane. The Crimson Breast shall not forget this. Are you two alone? Where did Kawara go? Cool. And no, he didn't. He got carried off by the doctor. Carried off. Cool. If we do not exhume the funeral song shall herald the coming of the darkness. Why can you never speak in plain Japanese, miserable poltroon? He's saying that the doctor is planning to turn Kawara into a biological weapon. What? Well, we can explain while we walk. Assuming I don't run out of breath. Very well, let us proceed.
Oh my
Kawara, are you alive? Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, cool. Miserable medical man, what have you done to him?
Why, if it isn't the son of the noble LaBelle family, what is one of your prestige doing here? Ho ho.
Your pathetic jabs mean nothing to me. What have you done to Kawara?
I have granted his wish. That is all. It is almost 10. Demon forces are gathered above. Mr. Kawara must now return to the surface and begin the end of the human race.
And Kawara would wish for no such thing. He would never harm a human. Right, Kawara?
It seems he is hesitant to agree with you. Ho ho ho.
Bah. And he has been swallowed by the demon spores. Our voices will not reach him.
It is time for us to go. He has but little time left in this world. I cannot afford to waste any of it.
He has but little time? What does this mean?
His duty is now to fly about the world, spreading the seeds of throughout all of humanity. It will be a feat impossible for any normal rock dove.
I can tell. So we've noticed a lot of typos in just this ending.
Yeah.
So it just kind of seems like it was probably less vetted than the rest.
It's kind of interesting, considering this is like this ending alone's like half the game.
Yeah.
Or at least half all the other endings.
Of course he will be shot at as well. If he were to fall from his wounds, he would die before completing his task.
Cool. Cool.
Did he just kill Ryuta?
There he goes.
Mr. Kawara has traded his free will for normally impossible physical tenacity.
He's been brainwashed? We had to stop him and bring him back to his senses before he reaches the surface. But Oko is stronger than any of us, and he was sent flying just like that. How can we keep him here?
Oh, that's what happened.
Kawara is very strong, but lacks control now, right? Maybe we should ask Higure. What, him? He's nuts. Ha, Black Bean Donna. There he goes again, spouting nonsense. Wait, Kawara, stop. Oh dear, there goes Shirogane. The demon Red Eye speaks, still the disaster with the power of the Chosen One. He's reacting. How is that frail Luzon able to affect him? What is he doing? Hypnotizing him. According to the documents back there, Higure has the ability to pull others into his own fantasies and break down their mental restraints. I was talking to the doctor about it earlier too. I think it's real. Mental restraints? Like how a desperate man can be stronger than usual. The demon Red Eye heralds the awakening. By the power of the blood-stained hand, I seal the funeral song. Cool. Oh, there we go.
This
Perfect.
is fucking awesome.
We were supposed to convince Ryuta to stop while ourselves... Let's see. We're supposed to convince Ryuta to stop while ourselves being drawn into some bizarre fantasy? This is madness. I don't think about the consequences, Shirogane. Just go along with it. Prepare yourselves. We fight, brethren bound with the Red Lotus fetters. Ryuta Textoris Melodia Funis appears. Angel's turn.
Good. Where's
Here
the
when he's
help?
awakened. I don't know. Textoris Melodia Funis. Now it's time to break a balancing spell. Hear the call of the Red Lotus. San's turn. Coo or cuckoo?
Cool. Cuckoo. Cuckoo.
Kazuaki's turn.
Oh, he's in.
Oh, we're all trying our best for you, Kawara. And come back to us. Listen.
Yeah,
Do you not care?
okay.
Do you plan to destroy all we've gained? Stop, Kawara. This is not the path you must travel.
What?
Oh.
Oh.
Jeez,
We're
Ryota, you're causing everybody trouble. I don't want to see you like this either. I'm the only Berserker-class character this story needs. Wake up already, Ryota. Ryota was defeated. Is that Hamburger's soul?
Is that him?
It has
Or
to be
do you
him.
think it's Hamburger in Labor 9?
I think that's Hamburger's soul. That's typically how the Japanese draw soul.
It's a
Kawara, pull
fucking-
yourself together. Do you want this? No, I don't. Cool. I don't want to make anyone sad.
The remitter reactivated? Fascinating. It should not have been possible for some hours yet.
A disease is half the mind, after all. Outlook is surprisingly important.
I suppose this means my data was insufficient.
This is the end, Dark Sorcerer Wallenstein. Be judged by the Crimson Breast. Wait, Angel, it's not just his fault. Why do you protect him? He's the one who did this to you. Tell me, Doctor, why did you go so far to grant my wish?
Why did I grant your wish? My reason is nothing of note. It is not worth telling. This was merely an experiment that has now come to an end.
You must have had a reason. You aren't the sort to go around talking to children without some purpose. I want to know the answer to everything.
The answer is nowhere near as glamorous as you were expecting, I assure you. Hey, good morning, Isa. Sorry to be springing this on you, but could you take a look at these? What is it, sir? You seem excited. It's amazing the healers we got out of the year. Healers? Ah, the Hela cells from last month. Yeah, them, from the unusually old human. Any science even after death, can't we at least call the samples by their proper name? We've always been serious like that, Isa. Is that referring to Shu? You want me to Shu? No, maybe not. That's Isa's like the other person. These samples are likely the sweet lovebirds. Trust them with kindness and they respond beautifully. Just how many lovebirds do you have again? Perhaps we should call them pet birds instead? Maybe you're right. Anyway, look at this. We've been looking into cancer cell immortality. Oh wait, these are human doctors.
Yeah, it looks like.
And indeed, these results are amazing. You're quite lucky with these things. It's all about love. Or intuition? That too. Kawara Ryuji. He is quite possibly the most gifted researcher alive. He has abilities and intuition that not even he can explain.
What?
Hey, good morning, Isa. Nice weather, huh? Makes me want to do something outside. It's already evening. I believe one normally switches to good evening around now. It's good morning whenever I get up, Isa. Get distracted by things like common sense and you'll miss the greatest discoveries of your life. Sophistry. Hey, good morning, Isa. Whoopsie, we're low on cash. Here, was this the one? I didn't ask you to pick it up for me. Here, take it. It's not like we're running out. You sound like a pushy salesman. Your right wing is injured, right? If there's anything I can help you with, just ask. Okay, they're not human doctors.
Yep.
Been doing fine so far.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Hey, good morning, Isa. Hey, can I say something? What is it, sir? I'm somewhat busy. You're always busy. If I waited for you to take a break, I'd die of old age before I got to say. Hey, talking to like this gets us nowhere. Guess what? I had a kid. I see. Congratulations. Well, what? You don't have anything else to say? Not particularly. Reproduction is natural for all living creatures. Of course, were I to become a father, I would feel bad for the child, given my habit of locking myself away in the laboratory. The only bird who I ever recognized, the only one I ever recognized is worthy of my respect. Hey, good morning, Isa. I brought you something cool. What is it? A fossil, look at it. It's huge. You act like an excited child. Hey, I like geology too. It tempts me with spouse breach. I will carry on your research while you are out then. Go on. Dang, you're cold. Hey, listen, want to come with me on a business trip sometime? Field observation is fun. My next one's at the start of the month. While I'm interested in your work, sir, I am partway through a fascinating process at the moment. Perhaps another time. Yeah, well, I'll invite you next time then. I bet traveling with you would be a blast. Field observation is not exactly sightseeing. I will make sure to open time in my schedule, though. His last moments were dreadfully anticlimactic. He fell ill with a disease endemic to the island. By the time he returned home, he was so emaciated, one could barely recognize him. He had watched as many other birds succumb to disease, so I was sure that he would die in this examination room, surrounded by his family. Isa, I always knew this was a possibility. Yes, sir. I don't regret the way I did things. No, sir. But I just remembered. I do have one regret. Yes, sir. I've never done anything as a father's supposed to do. I promised to take time off for the first time in years. I want you to do me a favor, Isa. If you ever run into my son, can you do something for him in my stead? A rather vague request. He's too nice. He never asked for something, even if he wanted it. I suspect he inherited that trait from his father. Haha. Anyway, if you ever happen to meet him, you don't have to go out of your way to find him or anything. Very well, I shall remember. What is his name? Ryota. It's Kawara Ryota. You vanished from my life before I even told you my feelings, and I've chased your shadow since then. Is this what they mean by quitting while you're ahead, or is it just cowardice? No matter how I study life, its past, its future, I will never be able to surpass you, and that was my only goal. Kawara Ryota, the son of Dr. Kawara, carrying half his genetic material and otherwise unrelated. But this boy, he may be the only way for me to catch your shadow now. Oh boy.
That's a weird interpretation of what's going on here.
So it looks like that was a conversation between Shu and Ryota's father.
Yeah.
Huh.
And I guess his arm was injured back then. I guess this is maybe some overlap. of when the fire happened?
Maybe. Maybe this happened before the fire. Maybe this was before all that research.
Well, you mentioned his right wing being injured, right?
Yeah, but we don't know when it was injured.
Oh,
I just assumed it was during the fire.
It'd be more solid if it was.
I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Okay. Poor guy. Desperately trying to keep himself composed while doing all these voices and stuff. So this game is absolutely fucking nuts. I mean, I've already said before that I thought we were just here to fuck some birds, but to be honest, none of that happened. What we got was quite a thrilling experience with some heavy plot that just kind of came at us from fucking nowhere. I mean, did any of you see this coming? Perhaps Andrew and I are just dumb and we don't really interpret things well enough until they're basically spelled out for us and we're just like, whoa, that's amazing. However, I will say, kind of inspired to make Shu literally the embodiment of all evil and have every bad thing relate back to Shu in some more or less direct manner. But for now, we try our best. You know, I honestly thought we were going to lose the doctor by now. It just seemed like it was too set up to do so.
Okay, I'm back.
Good. You did that quick.
Yeah.
I see you just really just pushed it out as hard as you could.
When your father died, my world was altered. One might say that his influence over me grew after death, both for good and for ill. Kawabara Ryuji. All I can recall of him now is his voice and the color of his wings. He rarely returned home, always leaving Mother and me. Oh, this is Ryota. He really returned home, always leaving Mother and me alone. It's just weird that he referred to him as. Let's see. Joe says, "How's this still going?" And wow, we're having so much better at single commentary than Andrew. Because this is a long ending, Joe. This ending's like 3 hours long, and we did under an hour yesterday. You did this to carry out my father's will?
Well, I mean, we told him that yesterday.
Yeah.
He knows.
You misunderstand. This was not just a parting kindness between colleagues. I doubt that there is anyone in this world with a strong sense of duty than mine. This was his final challenge to me, and you see the result. But your refusal is hardly rational. I was trying only to grant your wish, and had you but accepted, it would be so. Are you dissatisfied with something? A world without strife, where no one will have. A world without strife, where no one will have a loved one stolen from them. That is the world I wished for. I never asked for a world where the human race is killed. A pity that you did not say so 8 years ago.
What absurd contract? What absurd contract was this? Yeah, the doctor has like a strange interpretation of sentences. There is no power in prayer. I should never have met you. Doctor, my wish ends today. Father is no longer in this world. There is no reason for you to chase after his final will anymore.
Ho ho. Ho 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 ho. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Does this mean you are sympathizing with me? Oh, how I have fallen. I can feel his pitying gaze even now. Very well. The contract ends today. And I must admit defeat.
It is not over yet. We must open the gate of Tartarus in the depths of the abyss. We only have about 10 minutes until the humans come in from above. Oh boy. I see you're still alive, gentlemen.
Okay.
Mr.
Hello,
Leone.
you're back.
I bring with me all those who had taken refuge in the gym. Well, it's like something out of a science fiction movie. I bet it was built by MIBs.
Student A and B are alive.
Rad. Well, I guess nobody's panicking anyway. Oh, well, I guess nobody's panicking anyway. Mr. Shirogane, I will recover Sakazaki's body before I leave. Have no fear. I'm grateful to you. The X is no doubt activated by the vital signs of the researchers who work here.
Correct. Do not fear. I shall lead you to it.
Cool, cool.
I do not base my actions on foolish pride or emotion. I carried out an experiment, and I have now obtained the result. I have nothing more to gain or lose.
I'm even more confused now.
Is that everyone? Thank God. Shall we go, Kawara? Can you stand? Yeah, but we need to bring Jesus with us. We need to bring Jesus with us. Oh, Sakia. I think everyone else has gone outside. Doctor, I shall not forget what has taken place here. Once we are outside, I shall see that you face the judgment.
Your words are haughty and immature, as always. Do as you please, if you can.
I will indeed. Remember my face, villain.
Well, who knows? I find you uninteresting, so I may well forget. I must think carefully about my plans once I am outside. I still have much research to.
Jesus Christ.
Gunshot.
Wait, what?
Doctor? A gunshot echoes through the room. The doctor collapses. Madness, there should still be time before the humans...
Oh my God.
Mr. Nanaki? Oh my... Oh no! A pistol in his hand. He wobbles over the doctor with the same unsteady, careless gait as always. And...
Gah.
Now this is the end of your research. Nanaki, what? Stop, the doctor should have a fair trial once we... A fair trial? What do you think, doctor?
Well, I'm impressed at your acuity in attacking my uninjured left side.
But of course. Thank you. Tell me, doctor, you want me to... Oh, no. Iza. I need to bring him back with me. And that's why I've done all this. Tell me, where is Nageki? Nanaki points the gun at the immobilized doctor. He looks quite prepared to shoot the partridge dead at any moment.
Oh, is that it? Oh, I had quite forgotten. Mr. Fujishiro's brother. He was a quail.
Oh, that's tied to the picture that Nanaki had in his phone case.
Oh.
Maybe?
Okay. New portrait. Alright.
Hitori. Who's Hitori? I guess it's his brother. Wait, no. Fujishiro... No, Nageki had a brother. Is Nageki a quail? He's a quail.
He's a mourning dove, isn't he?
No, Fujishiro's a mourning dove.
What the fuck? Alright. Hamburger literally says what he is when she walks into the library and says, like, wow, those are rare in Japan.
Yeah. Wait, who are you talking about?
Nageki here.
Nageki's a mourning dove. I guess his brother's a quail.
Alright.
See. Let's see. Nageki, are you here by yourself here again? I feel like Hitori is Kazuaki. So you should play in the park with everyone else. I'm fine. I would just get tired. Isn't talking to me a waste of time, Hitori? You've been busy recently, have you not? I know we're short on money. That's not something you need to worry about. We adults are working hard to make sure you don't have to worry. You're a child too, Hitori. You're only 5 years older than me, after all. You don't think I should be working? No, that's not what I meant. I can't do anything. I at least want to stay out of your way. Yeah, it's not about whether you're doing anything or not. You're part of the family, and we need you. Unless... Kazuaki adopted Nageki?
Andrew, at this point, stop stretching. Well, let's just see what happens.
I have no idea what's going on. They just started introducing all these characters.
They just put a gun in the teacher's hand. He just started blasting.
That doesn't help. With my body like this, I can't work or go to school. That's just how it is. You're thinking too hard, Nageki. Let's go pick some millet in the yard. It's almost dinner time. A full stomach scares the bad things away, right? September 2nd, 2180. Hatoful house, where the rest of the war orphans and I live together. I was always a little better at studying
Ah, come on.
I was always a little better at studying than the others, so I teach at the local school to help make ends meet. Going to work and coming home, every Friday we all gather and have supper. That's not Nageki. There are children who go to school. There are those who work, like me, and children like Nageki who stay home. Our family is a patchwork of ages and lives, but we always eat together on this day. What should we have? We might have enough left over, or we could pull our money to buy something. I had more work than usual last month, so I got paid a little more than usual. I'll get something nice. I'll head home and see what everyone wants first. But this day was different. Our home was surrounded by security vehicles. It's an attack by the Human Liberation Front. We can't let anybody in. We sent 2 human negotiators, but they were shot. We're going to storm the place. Get back, it's dangerous. Hey you, are you listening? Remember angry shouts coming from every direction. But I couldn't tell what they were saying. And the only thing I could focus on were the gunshots from inside. Today was supposed to be our day. No one has ever been missing on a Friday before. No one can disappear today. We have to be together today, no matter what. When I went in, the gunshots had stopped. All that was left were corpses in a row and everyone was covered in blood, immobile. The humans, the security forces, and my family. What did we do? We had nothing. Our parents and our homes had already been stolen by the humans. All we had left were each other. Why did they have to keep stealing from us? Why? Tori. You were outside. Good. Nageki, you're alive. Everyone else? I see. Nageki was hiding in the innermost room. He must have heard everything from inside his hiding place. Human corpses are scattered throughout the room. Nageki, were you afraid? I'm sorry. It wasn't your fault, Hitori. I wasn't there when you needed me. Don't apologize, Hitori. I don't know how I could live if you were gone too. When I found him then, I didn't notice, but none of the human corpses in that room had been shot.
What?
This will be our room from now on. The house is too big for just the 2 of us. Right. It's a little lonely. Yes. Hitori, what should I do? Isn't there anything I can do to help? You just have to be happy and well. Don't push yourself. We'll find something for you to do, okay? I noticed almost as soon as we moved out of the Hatoful house. He was never very healthy to begin with, but he was getting worse and worse. What would start out as a slight cold would turn into a high fever and go on for days. It was painful to watch. Was it really just his weak body? I couldn't do anything. Should we get a doctor, Nageki? I'm fine. Nageki, wait. You still have a fever. Don't worry about the dishes. I'll take care of them. I told you. I'm fine. If you just say how you feel outright, I'll feel better too, Nageki, okay? But, how about this? From now on, I'm fine isn't allowed. Whenever you say you're fine, you never are. Okay. Go to bed for now, okay? Tomorrow I'm taking you to a doctor. This is highly unusual. Nageki has a genetic condition which impairs his immune system. All living creatures inherit defense systems against viruses and the like from their parents, and we call them the immune system. But Nageki's is abnormally weak. And that's why he gets sick easily? Indeed. He can become infected with diseases that bodies such as yours or mine would fight off easily. It is probably best if he avoids going outside, as that could bring him into contact with more dangerous viruses. He becomes seriously ill with little or no warning. Please, can you cure him? I'll find whatever money it takes. He's the only family I have left. I understand how you feel, but as I said, his condition is hereditary. I've never seen anything like it. I'm sorry, but I can't help it. I went to many hospitals and I talked to many doctors. They all said the same thing. I can't help him. Someone please save Nageki. Anyone. I'll do anything. We had been all alone, but we found a home together, and it was taken from us. And now this. Will someone please help us? Soon after the start of 2183, a letter arrived. It was from a researcher at the St. Pigeonations Medical Institute, a Mr. Iza Soma. I have received a report about a boy named Fujishiro Nageki from a doctor at a certain hospital. I believe I know what his condition is. It is extremely rare, so my fellow researchers and I would be grateful for a chance to assist in curing it. We hereby invite him to come study at St. Pigeonations. We believe that solving this riddle of his sickness will bring great advances to all of bird science. The medical center will pay for his tuition. St. Pigeonations is a school of great prestige. Our curricula and facilities are among the best in the world. The medical center is located on the school grounds. We propose that he live in the center out of concern for his delicate health. He will have access to professional medical expertise anytime he should need it. Please consult with the rest of your family, and if you're interested, contact me at the following address. I will be waiting. Isa Soloma. When did the name change happen?
I don't really know. It seems like it. I mean, he's already being called Isa with the flashback with you as well.
Yeah. But I was wondering, like, if he was still known as by that name when Nageki went. Huh. This is amazing, Nageki. I'm glad we went to so many hospitals. I never expected an invitation like this. I don't want to go. I want to stay with you, Hitori. Well, you'll be able to go to school. I can only teach you what I know, and there's a lot that I don't know. And you'll be able to make friends. The doctors there will help with your illness.
I'll walk it down.
So you won't have to be sick. That's cool. Do you not want me here, Hitori? Of course I do. But I'm worried. If you were to get really sick, I wouldn't be able to do anything. I think it would be better for you to stay with the doctors. I'll be lonely by myself, but I can wait till you're better. Become strong, Nageki, and then come back here. I'll wait for you however long it takes. Okay. And so Nageki enrolled in St. Pigeonations. There had been a lot of us at Hatoful House, and after that I was with Nageki. I was lonely living by myself for the first time, but I was more worried about Nageki. I hope he makes good friends, but he's never been very sociable. At least he will have an easier life there than here, and most importantly, they'll be looking for a cure. The summer of that year, he sent a lot of letters home. I'm going to be undergoing intensive treatment over the summer. I wanted to come home, but they said it would be better for me. This would be better for me. How are you? I'll write again soon. I asked Dr. Issa about a meeting, but he said no. I'm not the only one here with an unusual illness, and they have to be very careful about who comes in. Summer's half over now. Is it hot out? The basement of the center is always the same light and the same temperature. I missed you, Hitori. I'm fine. I'm fine, Hitori. Don't worry about me. I was worried. Nageki hadn't told me he was fine since he promised not to 3 years ago. What are they doing to him? Are they doing something bad to him? I tried calling Dr. Issa, but he always replied with progress is good and everything is fine. If everything is fine, why won't they let me talk to him? I slunk into the medical center. I need to know if he's really alright. He said that he was undergoing intensive care in the basement. That must be where he is. How do I get there? I need to get to the entrance to the basement. That was when I heard the alarm. I could hear urgent footsteps and the sound of wings. This building was all the most advanced equipment. They must have noticed me. But I was greeted at the corner not by guards, but by panicked researchers, all shouting the same thing, all heading for the exit. Fire! Fire! What? A fire! Subject 00 set a fire. Call the fire department. Black smoke rolls towards me from the inner corridors. Nageki! Where's Nageki? Nageki! Say something, please! Where are you? It happened again. Nageki needs me, and I'm not there. I always leave him alone when he's in pain. The smoke is clogging my lungs with its foul stench. But I run onwards anyway. Nageki is there in a room filled with fire. Nageki, it's me, Hitori. I'm here to save you. Hitori. What happened? What did they do to you? Come on, we have to get you out of here. I'm sorry. His face is clouded. He shuts the door, and I hear the lock click shut. Open the door, Nageki. Hitori, I can't go outside anymore. I can't live anymore. What did they do to you? I'm a fool. All this time I thought you were getting better. Thought you'd come home cured. I should be the one apologizing. Nageki, please, come home with me, to our home. Listen, Hitori. I recorded everything that happened here, and hid it in the library. It's wrong. This is the only way to stop them. What are you talking about? We can talk later. I can't let you die. Can you do me a favor, Hitori? Anything. Please. Please make sure that there is nothing left in my body. And where does Nanaki?
Uzune Hitori. I had heard that he died after the fire, but it would seem that our investigation was lacking. It is hardly easy to change your name and face.
Oh my god.
Nageki. He's calling. He's calling me, you know. Isa, I came to greet Nageki. Where is he? I see you are losing hold of your sanity. I'm serious. I've been waiting for this from the beginning. He told me what you were doing to him here, but then you closed the facility. I've been waiting for this, Isa. Waiting for you to open this place again, ever since I joined the faculty. He's still here, isn't he? Nageki. There were some pieces of him left after the fire. They would have degraded in mere hours had I left them. If it pleases you to call those bits of meat Fujishiro Nageki, I will not attempt to stop you, but those pieces have already been transferred to Mr. Kawara's body.
You won't die just yet, Iza. Don't worry. Don't worry. So tell me, where is Nageki? I have to take him home now.
If by Nageki you mean what was left of him after the fire, then it is Mr. Kawara's liver. The cells from his body that contained the Charon virus are now inside Mr. Kawara, parasitizing him.
Oh, is that it? I see. Thank you, Iza.
Kazuaki, no.
Hang on just a little longer, Iza. I need to ask Nageki what he thinks we should do with you.
Mr. Nageki comes over to me, the same soft smile on his face as when he teaches class.
Can you hear me, Nageki? I'm sorry I made you wait so long. I'm here now.
Sir, it's me, Kawara Ryota, from your class. Please snap out of it. I don't know what happened in the past, Nanaki, but this is not the time for such foolery. We only have a few minutes before the humans enter the school grounds. It won't take them long to find this place.
Can you move over for a second, Shirogane? I need to talk to Kawara.
He points the gun at Sakuya. Sakuya, he's serious.
It's too noisy in here. Come on, Kawara, let's go to that room. Just the two of us.
Oh, please don't take my liver. Please don't take my liver.
You might take your liver.
What are you thinking? Are you planning to lock yourself in? Open the door. Open it, I say.
Iza said he's in your liver, didn't he? Where's the liver, I wonder? Do you know, Kawara?
Oh, top 10 anime betrayals right here. Sir, Nageki would never have wanted this. He stares thoughtfully at my stomach, a knife in his hand. My body feels weak. I think I must have put too much in that fight earlier. I won't be able to resist.
Nageki, can you hear me? I've come to save you again. Where are you? Tell me. What part of Kawara do I need to cut open to find you? Nageki.
I am so scared.
Nageki.
Sir, listen to me. You lose a knife from one place to another as if making an estimation. He's going to...
Oh, I see. It's hide and seek. I'll look as hard as I can then. Just a little
my
longer. We'll be able to go
God.
home in just a little bit, Nageki. Together.
Stop it, Hitori. Nageki.
Nageki goes.
The knife is stuck deep into the wall under my wing. I can hear Nageki's voice, but I can't see him. The voice is coming from inside me. Mr. Kawara, let me use your body for a bit. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. You got it, bud.
Can you hear me, Hitori?
Of course. I've talked with you every night. You told me, Nageki. Told me to come get you. Told me to exact revenge on Iza.
No, Hitori, that was not me. I never told you to do that.
Have you forgotten what I asked you to do, Hitori?
Oh, sorry, wrong voice.
I'm like...
Have you forgotten what I asked you to do, Hitori? The second thing.
I remember. Of course I remember. So let's go home.
Listen, Hitori. I am no longer here. I can no longer go home with you.
Oh, who said that? Oh, I see. It was Issa, wasn't it? Only he would say something mean like that.
No, it wasn't him.
And don't worry, Nageki. I'll take care of him in a minute. Don't worry.
Hitori, I never asked you to come for me. I never asked for you to exact revenge. Who was it?
Nageki. It was Nageki.
Oh boy.
I died because of you. You abandoned me here. I never wanted to come here. It was you who killed me. You killed me. You killed me. You killed me. I will not forgive Hitori.
I'm sorry, Nageki, but I know that no apology will ever fix it.
Sir, what?
This is literally the equivalent of like having the devil and the angel on your shoulders.
Yeah. There's a shadow in Hitori's heart. His own shadow, pretending to be mine. Come for me, Hitori. I'm here.
I know. I don't want to be alone. I don't want you to be alone.
You'll see, you will never forget me. You will live with me. You will live with your sin forever.
Now that's what you want, isn't it? If you want me to carry this pain, I will, Nageki. I won't ask for forgiveness. I won't.
He's crying.
Oh, tortured by his own shadow. I'm sorry, Nageki. I'm sorry. Hitori, I don't want you to be in pain. He's trying to destroy his feelings of guilt. He wants to be saved. If you're here, his pain will go away. Help me save him. Yes. Hitori, I was tortured by them here in this place. It was terrible. You said the others should die in pain. All of them should die. As long as they live, my pain will never disappear. Mr. Nanaki. Oh, shoot.
I mean...
That's wrong? Or revenge was all for nothing.
I mean, you're kind of saying the same thing here, right?
That's wrong.
Or I misunderstand.
I don't know. Hopefully that isn't... I'm going to go ahead and just do a little bit of a savey poo here.
Why do you save after?
There's no... Because I can't save during the...
You're making second...
I can't save... I can't save during the choices.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, why didn't you make a second save so that we couldn't just fast forward to this if we fucked up royally?
Sir, you and Nageki both lost the most important... both lost what's most important to your strife. You know best of all people that revenge helps no one. It brings no happiness, only pain. If I hadn't been there, Nageki would never have died. I was never there when he needed me. I'm sorry, Nageki. If I had been better, this would never have happened. Everything would have been fine if you'd never met me. If I hadn't been there, you would have never felt pain. Sir, why... Are you doing this to yourself, or do you think he was sad?
I guess why were you doing this to yourself? Like, this
the time Nageki spent with you was his greatest treasure. I know how wonderful it is to be able to be together with loved ones, too. Nageki is glad he got to be with you, sir. There is nothing to regret. Come with me, Hitori. Look at me, Hitori. Hear only my voice, Hitori. I will tear your heart to pieces, and when it heals, I will tear it again, and again, and again. That is your punishment. It will be wonderful to live with me again. Wonderful. Hitori. Blame yourself no more. Please, Hitori, listen to me. The voice you hear is that of your own shadow. You have been hurting yourself all this time. Stop blaming yourself. I don't want to see you in pain. You asked me for two things, Nageki. The first was, come save me. So listen to me, Hitori. My first wish for you was to make my body disappear from this world. As long as I live, as long as my body remains, someone will try to use the Charon virus. That virus must disappear, and my body with it. It will bring only sadness as long as it remains. You asked for one other thing. You asked me to take revenge on Dr. Iza, on all those who brought you pain. Yes, I need to grant this wish. I need to... Hitori. My second... No, Hitori. That was not my wish. Remember, Hitori. Remember my final wish. It's not about whether you're doing anything or not. You're part of the family when we need you. That doesn't help. With my body like this, I can't work or go to school. That's just how it is. You're thinking too hard, Nageki. Let's go pick some millet in the yard. It's almost dinner time. A full stomach scares the bad things away, right? What a beautiful sunset. I guess it's autumn already. Are you cold, Nageki? I'm fine. Hitori, Would it be easier for you without me, right? It would be easier for you without me, right? Why do you think that? I heard you and the others talking about it. Medicine costs a lot more than food. You're paying for it out of your salary, right? If you had that money for yourself, you could buy better food. You wouldn't have to work so much. So you would be better off without me. Don't say that, Nageki. I don't care about any fancy food or free time. You're more important than any of that. You mean more to us than you think, Nageki.
Okay, I enjoy the fact that he's only his teacher voice when he's the teacher,
Yeah.
but when he's still like, before his disguise, he just has a very normal voice.
Yeah. Let's see, you were very young when you came here, so maybe you don't remember, but losing family is hard. I want to stay like this, watching over the people I love forever. So listen, maybe it looks like I'm working just for you, but it's for me too. Seeing you happy makes me happy. Thank you, Hitori. I just wish I wasn't such a burden to you. Stop that already. You've never been a burden to me. Here, have some millet. Eat well, and we can sleep too. Let's hope for good dreams, okay? Man, what a roller coaster this last little bit has been.
I'm hurting. Emotionally, mentally, physically.
I hope we can stay with everyone like this forever. Yes.
Oh.
Yes, my second wish was live, Hitori. Live and be happy. Nagaki, I can't be happy. You're gone. I can't be with you anymore. Look at me, Hitori. I want you to live. You don't have to feel guilty for me. I couldn't tell why I was still here. At first I thought my remains, the parts of me that are inside Mr. Kawara, now were keeping me here. But I don't think so now. I think I was worried that you wouldn't be able to keep going alone. I can't, Nageki. I can't go on without you. I don't want to live without you. We've stayed here too long, Hitori. We have to move on. Don't worry, we'll meet again somewhere, sometime. Mr. Kawara, thank you. Kawara, are you unhurt? Yeah, I'm fine.
Jesus Christ.
How unexpected. If it were me, your insides would have divulged themselves and their secrets long ago.
We know, Doctor.
We know. It's okay.
Nanaki, I will not forgive this med. Don't worry about Sakuya. It's already over. We need to get out. We're already out of time. Indeed.
Oh, God.
Nageki was kept frozen here, right, Doctor?
Indeed, he was. The facility was sealed off, so it was hardly difficult to keep people from snooping around.
I'm staying here with Hamburger. What are you saying, Kawara? Come with us at once. I see. Kawara.
I thought you would say that. The Sharon virus has by now colonized your body quite completely. Were you to leave, any humans you encountered would suffer a painful death.
What? Was this your plan all along, you conniving physician? Surely there is a way to remove the virus.
Alas, that would be impossible with the current medical technology. Once established in the body, it is quite tenacious. Even if we were to remove the tissues from Mr. Fujishiro, Mr. Kawara would still carry the virus.
Madness and lunacy.
The same goes for Miss Jesus' damaged brain. It is currently preserved inside a glass jar, but just barely. Indeed, given Labor 9's behavior and the subsequent damage she was dealt, there is no guarantee that her personality and memories are still retrievable.
With current medical technology, anyway. Shirogane, let's go outside. Do you mean to leave Kawara here? How deep does your selfish nature run? We'll come back for him. It's impossible now, but one day we may be able to remove the virus from his body, I think. That Nageki would say the same.
Well, Mr. Shirogane, I think perhaps you would do well to respect Mr. Kawara's thoughts on the matter.
I feel as if this one day has brought an entire lifetime's worth of fatigue. I just want to rest for a little while. I'm worried about Mother. Sakuya, could you tell her I'll be back one day? Oh. Listen, Kawara. Alabel, no. I never go back on my word. No matter how long it takes, I will come back for you. I swear. So, promise me, please. Promise me that you'll leave this place with me alive. Right. I promise. I'll be waiting for you. A lot sure happened today, Hamburger. Does this mean we've finally gotten into recap mode, Ryota? I'm half sick from being stuck out here not even knowing what's going on. Yeah, I guess you only got to see bits and pieces of the story. Yep, so will you fill me in, please? I guess we have plenty of time for it. I'm gonna miss eating udon. But having you here makes things a little bit easier. At least a little bit better, right? Well, where do I start? Everything that's happened, what's happening now, and everything that might happen one day. We have plenty of time to talk about it all.
Oh my God. Is this it?
This is it.
Oh
Oh,
my God. I can't even look at that title the right way anymore.
So what'd you think?
This game fucked me up. Yeah, you see, alright. So, we finished our last playthrough, right? And we're looking through. We got we said fuck it to what was it? Baba Is You.
Yeah.
And then we're just like, well, let's find something else. And we pull up the stream page, and we're scrolling down it, and I'm like, oh yeah, Hatoful Boyfriend. We tried that once. We never really took it seriously, and like after like one, weird recording a few years ago, like we never really thought about it since.
Yeah.
Man, wouldn't that be nice to revisit and just kind of wrap it up? Go around, flirt, and fuck some birds. Sounds like a great time. Make a bunch of senpai, sensei, and adult inappropriate relationship jokes.
Yeah.
But no, now I'm a different person now because this game fucked with my life. I see the world differently now, and I'm not okay with it.
Oh, are you gonna look at birds differently?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my god.
I will now, for my rest of my life, be suspicious of all birds.
Oh man.
When I'll have very conflicting feelings, just whenever I'm driving down the road and there's a dumb bird that gets itself all caught up and I accidentally bop it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I will now have the complicated feelings of just like, was that a friend or some asshole bird that wanted to eradicate my species?
Yeah. I guess there's more.
No!
Madness. Okay. Why, Vin's my darling little brother. Salutations.
What?
You scum, you villain. Explain yourself. Why are you still alive? Why? Well, for starters, I can never bring myself to leave all the ladies sad and alone. How much must you mock me before you'll be satisfied?
Oh.
Hello again. Leone.
Okay.
Truth be told, Leone gave me an antidote. I was loitering around on the border between life and death, and he pulled me back up in miraculous revival. But he said he was going to recover your body.
Yeah,
I don't recall saying I was going to recover his corpse.
Fuck you, Leone.
Lunacy, madness, inconceivable. Give it back. Give me back the time and mental energy I spent mourning you. You mourned me? I'm flattered. Yeah.
Gotcha.
We can't stay long, Sasaki Yuya. It's time for to set on our next bright and massive mission. This is your chance to regain the department's trust. Roger that. Let's go. Sexy and suave. Okay, Yuya lived. Cool. Yeah. Black bean Donna. Cool. Ah, what did I... God, the demon spores encroach again. Cool. Oh my god. So you appear, bone-white bird of bean-eating. By the oath of old, join me. They're still going at it. Hello, Shirogane. How are you?
You fucking shot.
Why are you, of all people, pushing Iwamine's wheelchair? I never would have expected to see you two together.
Taking responsibility for injuries dealt to another party by tending to them seems to be a natural enough reaction to me.
I need to apologize somehow, don't I? If you change your mind and decide it's time to exact revenge again, I never met either of you, understand? Come on, Shirogane. That would never happen, probably.
Oh, how wonderful. I can feel the suspense in the air.
Somehow I feel like attempting to apply ethical guidelines to either of you is completely futile. Anyway, I need to talk to you. I have the results from the experiment the other day.
There were no problems?
None at all. It was a perfect success. Well, I guess that means it's time, doesn't it? I have the date. If you can come, please do.
Oh my god, what now?
Mr. Kawara. Oh, Nageki's still here.
So, okay, is he just the ghost boy in his head now?
I guess. Mr. Kawara, Miss Cheese, can you hear me? Morning is almost here. Wake up, Kawara. Wake up, Kawara. Jesus, I told you I wouldn't go back to on my word. Oh, that's Sakuya. Aw.
Oh. So what, he just laid dormant there for a while?
They were just... I think he put himself into... he froze himself.
So they found a way to... Oh, that's
Yeah.
what he was telling the doctor. Okay.
Yes, Sakuya found a way to remove the virus. maybe put Jesus back in the body or something, or at least she can be a disembodied brain.
Personally, I thought it'd be damn funny if they turned her into a bird.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
And that's
all
how
the,
they. But oh look.
all the
Okay, I
birds.
actually didn't notice that earlier. He has a fucking cleaver.
Yeah.
Okasan's got his tie.
Yeah.
Sakura's got his plumage. I guess Ryuta has a tie also, but
He has a red tie.
right.
I
He
think.
has a red tie.
I think he has a red tie or a blue tie.
It's blue. Are you colorblind or something?
I don't know. No. Is this Ryuta? I thought that was Okasan.
No, Okasan is
Oh,
a
he's-
couple of birds to the left in the yellow tie.
Oh, it's him.
Yeah.
I thought he had a blue tie.
Who's the brown bird to Ryuta's right? Well, not Ryuta's right. To his left, but to our right.
Nagek? No. Who's the brown bird? I don't know. I don't remember. Look at that. Oh. And there we go.
Well, it wasn't. Isn't that just charming?
Oh, and we got another achievement. Does that mean that we managed to unlock the secret? That was the secret ending?
Oh God, no! Is there another?
No, we got all the
Tell me
achievements.
this, Andrew.
No, we got all the achievements. I didn't know that.
Ugh.
That second one we just got, so I guess we said the right thing. I'm trying to bring it up right now.
There's a wrong thing.
I mean, not necessarily, but I guess if you had said something, yeah, we got all the achievements. That was at the dawn. Get the BBL epilogue unlocked by getting all 14 endings. Okay. Okay, so you can only unlock what we just got if you got all the endings already. Look at that. That was... Oh, man, amazing.
I'm not okay.
Take a look at the archive. Hopefully there's nothing more to unlock. Oh, yeah, we got... Oh, hello. Oh, yeah, that's the bird cafe. We got all 15 of these. We established one of student number 60781's species special characteristics. He acts as a neurotransmitter producing trans-sexting bystanders. Okay, so we already read that. So we got all these. That means we also got all the different... Oh! Hitori.
Oh. So he was originally going to have a human portrait also. So this is the teacher before he dyes his hair?
Well, he went through like complete facial reconstruction.
Huh. That's
so
funny.
there's Hitori. Izasoma.
Oh.
So this is before.
So wait, this is before he turned. Oh. Huh.
Kawa. It's
Oh, it's his
Ryota's dad.
Oh, that's cute. All right.
Oh, it's only these two. Okay. Huh. All right. Well,
Huh.
come back. Let me bring up my calendar real quick. I guess Friday. I won't find something to play. There won't be whatever we play next is not going to be very long because we have another big plan.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I mean, we gotta discuss schedule stuff, but
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Well, we'll come back on Friday, and we'll play whatever game we play.
Sure.